Good evening. Welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. Tonight we are continuing the ongoing Lamentations of the Flame Princess campaign. So I've got six players here, well, five and a half players anyway. So we'll just go in order, let you guys all introduce yourselves and your characters real quick, and then I'll get started with the story. So Lloyd, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm Lloyd. I run EuroDM, and I'm playing Ephraim Schlossberger, who is a German noble fighter.
Excellent. Troy.
My name is Troy Spencer. I have a channel called DMT Tabletop Gaming, and tonight I'm playing a character named Finch Polly. And Finch is he was a clockmaker, and he's tired of his business, which is not getting anywhere. He's also even more tired of his insufferable wife, and he's taken up membership of the Order of the Sacred Flame in order to find adventure and to find all the beautiful women and treasures he dreamed of as a young man.
Excellent. Okay, Dennis.
Hello, I'm Dennis. I'm playing Niccolo Giovanni. He goes by Nick. He was born in a whorehouse and raised by the church, and his pretty much life mission is making the unrepentant suffer.
Fantastic. And Anthony.
I'll be reprising the role of Father Munson, the heretical Catholic priest who carries around his spells hidden in the illumination of his illuminated Bible.
And Andrew.
Hey y'all, SR2 Joker on the YouTubes. I'm playing Clement Hughes. He is a sartorialist and a specialist and a member of a secret order.
Very good. Okay. Oh, sorry, Caius, you're back. Go ahead and introduce your character.
Hi, I'm Caius, and I'm playing Redemption Ironside. Thick-set, heavily built, people-hating guy from England, ready to kick ass.
Excellent. Okay, so this we're picking up now. Clement Hughes is the only character I think here that was here in the last session with the Temple of the Froghemoth. But we're picking up. It's probably several months after that adventure. You're now back, kind of home, as it were. Clement back in London. So you're all in London, as it were. You've had time to check up. You had a stall, I believe, in one of the markets here in London as well. So you've been able to kind of come back, relax a bit, spend some of your money. You'd had a few harrowing adventures. So looking after the stall, make sure the business is still going, which it is, thankfully. And as we kind of discussed a little bit outside of the game before, you've gotten a tip off, some information on the street that's made it your way about a very wealthy merchant who imports valuable items from overseas. He has, recently returned from a trip anyway, gone to his home just outside of London, which is his kind of MO, as it were. However, several days have passed and he hasn't come back. He hasn't shown up at the office in town. Word on the street is that his house almost seems abandoned. Nobody seems, there doesn't seem to be anything going on. The merchant's name is Erasmus. He has not returned to the offices as he has been promised. So it's a bit strange anyway. And you also know for a fact, you've heard that kind of a well-known gang of thieves that you know about on the streets of London are talking about hitting this house in the next 24 hours, possibly, seeing as it seems like it's ripe for a good burglary. So we will pick up in a tavern situation. a nice London pub, as it were. You can everybody can be there if you wish. I know there's at least two other members of your order here, and like I said, actually, Caius, you weren't here for that earlier, but Caius, Dennis, and Troy, your characters, you can decide whether or not you want to actually be members of that secret order, or if you just want to be otherwise inclined adventurers who happen to be here in this pub at the time. Um, so I'll start right away with Clement anyway, and you guys can feel free. Obviously, Ephraim and Father Munson have previous relationship with Clement anyway, and the rest of you guys too. You can feel free to kind of chime in as you wish.
So, can we assume that I've put some kind of like calling card out, some thieves calling card, to try to gather a group of men for a heist?
Absolutely, I would be happy to give you that agency. Yep.
All right, sweet. So, you guys are probably here. Then you probably found this card, really nice, like frilly type of deal. Imagine something like off the County Monte Cristo. There's like some ribbons on the front of it, some like foil look to it. It's way too fancy for what I'm asking you to do, which is basically just shake down some dude's house while he's out of town. But I'm laying about at the bar. I said to wear like a red armband and show up at this location to try to get in on the action. So I'm waiting kind of antsy, fanning myself with a piece of paper that I have up.
The door to the tavern opens as Father Munson comes in, and he's dirty and tired and road weary, and he has all of his equipment now, including his pole, his lantern on the pole. He's just carrying it, and he's holding the fancy card, and he sees Clement at the bar. He says, "Mr. Hughes, where's
Father
Herbert?"
Munson! I can't believe it. You're alive. I stick up my fingers.
He heads over. He says, "The mule, Herbert. Whatever happened to him?"
There's dead silence. The Saracen, he tried to kill the Inquisitor, and he ended up stealing your mule. I tried to stop him. There was nothing I could do.
I guess on to find Herbert number 4. He just
I'll,
kind of plops all his stuff down next to the bar, or next to the seat next to you, and settles in.
I'll lean in closely, and I'll do this really quickly, but I say, there's a problem with that Saracen. He's still out there, skulking, waiting. He's just waiting for an opportunity to pick the rest of us off. We gotta be careful. We're not safe, even here in London.
Who is Saracen?
That elf, that Muslim.
Oh, okay. I knew he was no good.
And you can see I'm getting flustered. I put my hand on my forehead. Brace yourself, my friend, for what I tell you next is going to disgust you. The Inquisitor, our comrade, he was burnt alive in a church, in like a orphanage / church.
He tries really hard to suppress a little chuckle. So it's fitting, I suppose.
But I heard things. I heard of a man that looked like the Inquisitor, with a metal mask and a poor constitution, heading into the mountains in the north. Our friend may still be alive.
Glory be to the heavens. But I do feel awful for all those in his path.
And just then, I think I see somebody who's coming up.
Yeah. So Ephraim will swing the door open widely. He's really, really tall. Big built guy. He's wearing armor. Which is kind of strange in the city. But he kind of walks in. He's got this real kind of aquiline sort of face. Big Roman nose. Looks around. Ah, yes. Mm-hmm. And then he'll walk over in a very straight, direct line towards Clement.
Does Clement know your nobility?
Yeah, you would.
All right. So as you approach, once again, my two fingers go up. I go, "My lord, Ephraim."
How are you, Clement? It's good to see you.
I'm doing pretty good. Got a little bit of a thing going.
Well, I'm always keen for a little bit of adventure.
Oh, one sec, sorry.
Okay.
I don't think I've met Father Munson, no?
No.
No, the two of you have not met.
Well, then I'll look and I'll see that he's a Catholic priest, and I will wrinkle my nose. Father.
Bless you, I saw.
So I'll turn to the bar and I'll order something expensive.
Alright, sorry about that. I had a knock at the door. So, the way I hear it, there's a lot of potential gain in this. We're talking about fancy art. We're talking about silk. We're talking about gold, artifacts. This merchant had his pockets full, and it's all left unguarded.
Very good. Then I suggest we make haste while he's still gone.
We should have a few other good men coming. I got 6 responses, or 5 responses, and he looks around.
As he looks around, a gentleman at the bar, dressed in brown leather, a very meticulous appearance, will turn and make his way to the table. He is not wearing a red ribbon, but he slips a hand into his pocket and throws it down on the table. And he nods to those sitting there.
I give you a nod and raise my dainty little glass. That's 3. It should be 2 more.
Alright, you see Finch, he's sitting beside the bar, back to you all. He turns around with a big pitcher. Looks comically big in his small hands. He's a small man standing only approximately 5'4", slender in build. He turns around, and just as he makes his turn to head towards the table, full of confidence, feeling brave, he's going to make his first attempt at a job. He takes his first step. Boom! Someone thuds into his shoulder. The drink spills all over his chest. Watch it, you wanker. Can't you see I'm walking here? He takes another step. Pulls out the saturated, beer-soaked note, the one with the frillies. He puts it on the table in front of Clement. Is this your note, sir? I hear you're looking for good men. And he starts to knock the drink from his suddenly wet shirt.
I'm going to look at Nick and say, do you know this man?
Nick raises an eyebrow as he looks the man over. He pulls out a cloth and hands it to him, obviously not large enough to do much good, but he, after looking the man over, he turns back to Clement, shaking his head. I have never met this man before.
Oh, wait. The clockmaker. And there's a little bit of a smile.
That's correct, sir. Yes, you're correct. I used to make clocks, but that's in my past now. This is my new profession. That is, if you'll have me.
Well, in slow motion, I'm just recalling you bumping into people, spilling stuff over, and I'm thinking that's really clumsy for delicate work with your hands. But I think to myself, yes, that's a capital idea. Mr. Polly, was it?
That's correct. Finch Polly. That's my name.
And he'll throw out his hand to give you a shake because he's happy to have another merchant, someone of the more delicate persuasion.
I shake it.
My hand goes limp, like you're holding the hand of a princess, because that's the way a sartorialist would shake.
Again, this is not something I'm really familiar with, so you see me a little uncomfortable, but not showing any weakness in front of you because I'm trying to impress you because I've heard big things about yourself in the order.
Oh, in the order, yes. And do you have your ring on? Do I see a ring on your hand?
I would be wearing one, yes. I'm a junior member of the Order of the Sacred Flame, but I do have a signet ring.
And Nick, I'll turn back and look at Nick. I'm very sorry. I was kind of caught off guard by this man's commotion. You must be Nicolo? I assumed.
Nick.
Nick.
And he'll
Excellent.
hold his hand towards Clement.
Once again, delicately, my hand comes down on top. You can see the ring of the order on my finger.
Nick glances to it, shifting his hand slightly to bring his into view as he attempts to shake the limp hand.
You hear a sizzle. That's our greeting. The Order of the Eternal Flame. But I look around now. Do I see one more man? Because I'm missing a man.
You're muted, Caius.
At a table in the corner of the tavern is a noisy game of dice going on, and suddenly one of the sailors who's playing the dice jumps up and hits one of the other guys, who stands up with a little trickle of blood trickling down from his lip and says, "You bandy-legged, alcoholic, piss-fed knob muncher," and lays into him, beating the life out of this guy until it just in a bundle of blood he falls to the floor. And then this guy who won the fight, he's got big mustache and a really big mustache, over the top, black hair, and he reaches into his belt pouch and looks down, and he shakes his head disappointedly and pulls out of his shirt this flowery scroll that you wrote earlier, that Clement wrote earlier, and reads it and says, "Bloody hell, a red rag on my arm." And he goes and takes out a handkerchief, smears it with blood from this guy who's fallen unconscious on the floor, and ties it around his arm and looks around the bar for anyone to notice this red rag on his arm.
I turn around on my seat and
Are you Clement? Are you this Clement?
Mr. Redemption?
Redemption Ironside. I'm after money and I'm after work, and I hear that you've got something going.
Indeed. Well, I see you're not a man to be trifled with, so I won't dilly-dally. Men, I've got a cart, and I've got an ox. I've got a merchant card so we can escort goods. They won't question us. We go over there, we knock this place off before the thieves get to it, the Thieves Guild, that is, and we'll be richer than you could possibly imagine. What do you say?
I'm in. Let's go.
I do like riches, sir. I do like riches.
And here's the information that you know, Clement, which you can choose whether or not you want to share with everybody, but in kind of a little bit of a flashback scene. You were talking to one of your, informants, Pegleg Pete. He's an old sailor who lost a leg to, probably gangrene or something. You know that Erasmus Foxlow is the merchant in question. He is a significant holder in the East India, Levant, and Virginia companies. And you know that he specializes in precious metals and jewelry, or as Pegleg himself put it, he's filthy, stinking rich. He lives outside London on an estate known as the Bloodworth House, with his wife, mother, and their 4 children. Several days ago, one of his ships returned laden with goods. Foxlow himself hasn't been heard from since receiving the vessel and returning home. And Pegleg, as he said to you, he said, "Well, some guys I know, Erie Frank and his fellers, they was casing the Foxlow place. Nothing, not a peep, no movement. Not him, not his brats, nothing. Looks abandoned. There hasn't been enough time to organize a proper move, so most of his stuff must still be there. The gang is planning on hitting the house tomorrow night to see what there is to get. Foxlow has been pilfering the choicest items from his business, you see, to bring home to his wife. And man, you should see the woman he has taking care of his kids. Whew, man, I can't believe his missus allows that under his roof. Anyway, he lives in one of them proper merchants' estates. And he's got a 4-story house here in town as well. I ain't even got 4 rooms. What gives him the right, eh? Anyway, that wife of his, she's very, very pregnant. They surely wouldn't be traveling. So where would they be? I don't know. Just make sure you be careful when you fence anything you get from his house, right? The last person to rob him was found strung up on the docks. A man like him is properly connected, you know? His mother, they say she's a real piece of work from up north. She's always involved in some social campaigns or another, trying to take away any joy a man has, you know? Worse than the Puritans she is. But and here you'll find this piece particularly juicy. Foxlow, you see, he don't keep no guards. He's overconfident in his majesty's protection, he is. Talk about just asking for it, eh?
All right, well, I will tell them almost all of that, except I will withhold the part about he hangs people that try to steal from him at the docks. I'm not going to say that. But I'll make sure I reiterate several times. Lots of jewelry, rich as shit, no guards.
No worries about getting rid of the stuff, sir. They call me Finch for a reason. I can get rid of everything pretty quickly, without questions.
No guard.
Clockmaking ain't good business, but jewelry, selling jewelry, that's good business, and I'm good at it.
No guards is troubling. No?
Well, I didn't believe it myself, but I know a guy. Eerie Frank. Frightful fella. Disgusting. Smells like a pigsty. Met him down at the docks. Didn't want to stand downwind from him. He works for this other fella I'm in real good with. Said they cased the joint, didn't see anything.
Can I talk to you for a second, Clement? And I'll just grab you by the wrist and move you away from everybody else. No
I'll
guards.
walk over with you.
No guards means weird shit's going on. No sane merchant would leave that much money unguarded. Something odd is going on there. Something occult. Something arcane.
Well, to be honest, I agree with you. Something does feel weird about it. And if it was just for a handful of coins, I probably wouldn't risk it. But what they say is there. It's going to be worth the risk.
Well, I guess we got plenty of fall guys, huh? I'll slap you on the back.
Yeah, we got a couple here that we can let do the heavy lifting. And he winks.
All right.
So I'll turn around and say, well, I've arranged for transportation. We can ride in, you guys can ride in the back of my cart. It's going to be slow because an ox is pulling it, but it beats walking. I don't figure any of you guys have horses.
Had a mule.
My wife was a mule, but no, I don't have a horse.
I have a horse.
Okay.
I've just got Beelzebub, my pit bull.
Oh, are you going to bring your dog with us? That could come in handy.
Yeah. Where I go, he goes.
Excellent.
Father Munson takes a piece of food off the bar and hands it down to the dog. Here you go, boy.
Then he eats the food.
Yes, bring your animal companions. They always fare well in my.
All right, well, I'll turn to the barkeep then, and I will settle up on everybody's behalf. I'll pay for the whole thing. Don't worry about it, guys. It's on me.
Bless you, son. Yeah, it makes a sign of the cross for you.
Except that table mess over there. Send him the bill. And I point at the big guy.
The guy that got knocked out from the dice game. Nice. Okay. So, you're heading straight out then, yeah, this evening. Very good.
No time to waste.
No point in waiting for the thieves to get there first, right?
Nope.
So, the property, like I said, is known as the Bloodworth House. It's about a half-hour's walk from central London. So, you have to travel on the road north to get to the estate. And as you approach the property itself, it's a very large estate. The first thing you can see off to your left, the estate's on the left side as you come up this road heading north, you can see a horse field You can see some rather extensive gardens in front of the actual, you see quite a bit of trees and a little path leading from the road on up to the actual house itself. There's like some gardens in the back of it. You can see there's a coach house kind of out in front of the house itself. There's also looks like a large lake behind the house, or a decent-sized lake anyway, behind the house with a boat shed. And just from your own knowledge of casing out the place, you know that there's also a cesspit on the on the northern edge of the property. I'm going to throw you a bone here and just give you a quick glimpse of the map. Sorry if you can see that. Okay. Don't know if you probably can't read it all, but basically you guys are traveling. Let's see here. Yeah, you guys are traveling from here up this road. Okay. So the house itself is the big black object right in the middle of the property. The other large black object there is the coach house. Okay. Just to give you an idea of the size of the estate and everything. And like I said, the house itself is a big 4-story kind of merchant's mansion, essentially. Okay.
Okay. Well, I've got a reed that I picked out of like a pond or something, and I'm smacking the ass of this ox, trying to get it to walk up the road. And I'm whistling, and I tell the guys in the back of the cart, "This is it, the Bloodworth house. Nobody should be home. Drive right up and park at the coach house, huh?"
Finch, are you riding on the cart?
Yeah, I'll be riding on the cart.
So you're looking at this ox pulling the cart in front of you. You see its ass moving as it pulls along. And it reminds you a lot of your wife.
No, not being a big drinker and having drank that big tankard earlier and seeing this big ass and having these terrible memories of my wife that I'm trying to escape. You see little Finch in the corner, and he's putting his hands over his mouth, and his mouth is like cheeks are puffing out, and he's chipmunking in, and then all of a sudden he bends over the side of the cart and he starts vomiting.
I'll look over my shoulder and say, "Never heard of a man being land sick."
I'm a little nervous, sir. I'm a little nervous. It's my first job. I'll come through for you, though, sir. Don't worry. I'll be there when you need me. And he throws up again.
So as you're coming up to the little, what would you call it, the pathway off of the road that leads up towards the house, it starts to rain a little bit. It's a pretty light rain, but you can hear a distant peal of thunder. Not sure if the storm will blow over or not. At the moment, it's pretty far away, but the rain's coming down, and it sets an eerie scene as you look at the shadows of the house, and surely you don't see really much light coming from the house at all. In fact, you don't see any house light coming from the house at all. It definitely looks abandoned. You see a little flash in the sky of distant lightning, too far away to really get any definition. And you say you want to drive the cart right on up to the coach house itself?
Yep. I want to keep the cart attached to the ox, but I want to get the ox inside so he's not rained on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can pull it right up on into the stables.
Yep, and if there's a horse blanket or anything like that, I'll throw it on the ox too, just to give him a little bit of added heat.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're approaching the stables, are you guys all, who all is actually sitting on the cart and who's not? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not. I'm on a horse.
You're on a horse? Okay. So you're riding your horse up, or are you walking it up?
I'm going to walk it up.
Nick has a horse as well, and he'll be walking it up.
Okay, two of you are walking horses up.
As we approach the stables, I'll get off the cart and start walking in.
Mm-hmm.
And even though up to this point everything Finch has done has looked like he's completely incapable of doing anything beneficial to the group, there's a moment of brief respite as he jumps over the side and shows a level of deftness and control of his body that he's otherwise hasn't shown to this point. So he kind of just kicks his leg over the side and flips over to the side of the cart, landing firmly on his feet, and starts walking, suddenly confident with every step.
Very good.
Like Father Munson will wait for the cart to stop and start unloading his rope and his pole and his lantern.
Where is the carcass stop? Like once you get inside the stable, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Father Munson's still on the cart then as you're pulling into the stable. And as you're pulling into the stable, there's many things to see, but the thing that stands out immediately is the man you see walking around inside. And as you kind of open the doors to the stables, he turns towards you, Clement. He looks pretty much like a very healthy man in his early 40s. He is completely butt-ass naked. His rather erect cock sticking out in front of him and points directly at you as he turns towards you. He's got a horrified look on his face. And as he sees you, he immediately screams out at you. He says, "Forget about me! Save them! Save everyone else!" And you can just see the anguish and pain on his face as he says this. And a viscous black liquid squirts out of his cock all over you. I'm going to need you to roll a save versus breath weapon, please, Clement.
Oh,
Off to a flying start.
There's some strange thing coming over his shoulders and sticking into his chest from behind, like he's wearing some kind of a backpack, except for it's sticking into his flesh and piercing him. And you actually can see something also sticking into his sides a bit as well.
I succeeded. I got an 18 on the die.
You got an 18 on the die. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's right. So you're not going to take that initial damage. However, I have to actually look up this spell. I think I need another saving throw from you too. Just 2 seconds. Here we go. Nope, it's not there. It's going to be on this page. Right. Oh, maybe there's no saving throw. Yep, so you've got a large volume of these sticky, disgusting strands of black semen-like goo. And just looking to see if there's any other kind. Nope, there's not. Okay. So I'm going to need you. Okay, you have strength in the human range. That's fine. What is your strength roll exactly? Or sorry, your strength score?
It's a 14.
It is a 14? Okay. So this goo kind of like transfix you in this particular space. You're not going to be able to move out of this spot for a little while as he's kind of walking towards you. I'd like to know what everyone wants to do now before we roll initiative.
Now, has it like stuck my torso and stuff too, or am I just stuck to the ground?
You're definitely stuck to the ground. Let me just see if you can move and do other things. I think you can do at least some limited actions just within that space.
Can I pull a gun off the side of the cart sitting next to me and shoot him?
It says you're entangled. What do you guys think? Think he can pull his gun and shoot it?
Strength roll?
Anybody say nay?
It would depend on how far up his torso and body would have been.
I said maybe a strength roll.
Sure. I tell you, no. Since you did make your breath weapon save, which I mistakenly had you roll, I'll say you can.
Okay.
I'll say
that's
you
what
get your gun down and fire it.
Yeah, that's my plan then. That's what I'll try to do.
What about Anthony? What's
Father Munson's drawing his pistol and firing.
lag? Hold on. There we go. I'm back. Sorry, I lagged for a second there.
Yeah, ditto. I'll be shooting as well.
Okay.
The first thing that Finch would do would be scan the room, the cottage, and see if there's any bales of hay or other wagons or something immediate that he could hide behind.
You're just looking around the inside of the stables?
Yeah, just looking for a place to hide to further see what the situation is that's happening here as I see my friend get ejaculated on.
Well, you can see as you're looking around, you see the corpse of a horse lying on top of, it looks like a man who's underneath of it. You can see another body of another horse in the stables, but its head is missing, and it seems to have a human's head sewed onto it. You also see a coach here, the wheels of which are all smashed, and the spare wheels which you can see around are also all smashed.
Alright, I do not want to hide in the horse.
Here.
I will choose to hide in the coach.
There's also some doors at the kind of back area of the stables, which lead back into a they're open at the moment, and they seem to lead into some kind of a workroom.
I'm gonna turn my horse around and slap it on the ass so it runs away from here.
Okay, and you were drawing your weapon. What was Munson doing? Sorry, he was sitting on the cart.
He's pulling his pistol, firing while shouting demon.
Okay. Yeah, I lagged out right after I asked you that earlier, so you probably said that already. I apologize if I had to repeat. And the other two, Nick and Redemption.
Redemption reaches for his gun, realizes he doesn't have one, and just grabs his pick from his belt and stands ready, just basically waiting to see what happens next.
Okay. Nick?
Nick will draw one of his pistols as well.
Okay.
Basically, if it comes within, if it comes up to him or one of his mates, he'll attack. But apart from that, he's just hanging back.
Okay. Gotcha. So he's hanging back. So everybody go ahead and roll d6s now. We've declared your actions, and we'll figure out the initiative and what order things are going to happen in.
Does that get Dex added to it, Ian?
Yes, it does.
And it's plus 1 for me with the Dex mod, so I got 6 total.
I got 6 as well.
6.
2 for me.
Okay, I see some of you guys are typing in the sidebar. Sorry, I don't have the chat open. I'll pull it up now. 4, 3, and 2 there. Okay, so we got 6, 6, 6. So I'm just going to go left to right order on my screen. So Andrew, you go first with the 6.
Okay. I'm going to lower my arquebus and try to shoot him in the chest.
Go for it.
18.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's going to hit.
1 point of damage.
1 measly point of damage. So you try to shoot him right in the chest, and you actually just kind of get a grazing shot on his left arm. Takes out a good chunk of skin, but it's a rather superficial wound. It's not going to be anything fatal.
When the powder comes out of the gun, I scream, feeling like all this hot liquid on me, and I go, "He shot me! He shot me with his gun!"
He shot you with something, all right. Dennis, you're the next 6 on my screen.
19.
You're firing your gun as well. Yeah, that's going to hit for sure. What's the damage?
6 points.
6 points. Okay. So you get a pretty good blast in his abdomen. He's still coming forward though, and as he kind of bends over from the shot in the belly, you guys can see this weird, like, almost insectoid-like thing that's on his back, and that's what is digging into his chest and into his sides. Are like the legs coming off of this thing, and it seems like its head is pushed into the back of his own skull. So its head is inside his, and its tail is actually inserted into his lower back. Next is you, Troy.
Alright, so you see these plumes of smoke as these guns erupt all around him. And this, with swiftness, you see Finch run out of the plumes of smoke and into, I'm going to jump into the coach that's there. And my attempt is to use my full movement and stealthily move through the coach and circumvent and come around out through the other side to the back side of whatever this creature might be. If that's possible with the landscape.
Yeah, you can definitely do so. I'll allow that. And then it's going to be Father Munson.
Okay, he's shooting. Misfire. I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay. You fire and miss. Probably the whole scene is kind of a little bit. You're a little shaken.
Ooh, I forgot to. I might have misfired actually, Ian. I should check that.
What do you roll? D10, is it?
I did it because it's a flintlock, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's a D10. It's a 1 or a 2 if it's not a flintlock.
Okay.
If it is a flintlock, it's just a 1, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And it only just started raining, so I'm not going to say your stuff is wet or anything, so you're okay on that. Okay, cool. No problem. So then it's the creature's turn. The creature? The man? Maybe both. That black sticky goo on you, Mr. Taylor, is burning your skin, and you take 2 points of basically it's like acid damage from it this round. Okay, and he will then turn. Let me see. Who was it that did? Oh, it was Nick, wasn't it? Yeah. Right. So he turns, points his cock right at Nick, and shoots a stream of black ooze from it. This is not the spell effect. It's just a general attack. It's going to hit for a D4 points of acid damage. To Nick, you take 3 points of acid damage. And next is Ironside. That was his name. I got it right. Ironside.
Come taste my iron, you twisted beetleback spunk monkey! He shouts and attacks him if he's within range.
What is your weapon?
It's a pick.
A pick?
Yes.
Like an ice pick?
Or
like
pick,
a mining
a miner's
mining.
pick.
Okay,
Pick,
like a
pick and
pickaxe.
shovel. Yeah, pickaxe.
Gotcha. Cool, just checking. Okay. Yeah, you can run up to him and hit him.
Okay, that's what I'll do. Hang on. Has everybody shot yet? No, I'm standing my ground until... My idea was to stand my ground until he approached us.
Okay, that's fine then. So you're just hanging back.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be what's his name?
Ephraim.
Burger King. Ephraim.
All right, I rolled a 17 and 7 damage. I didn't misfire with my
Oh,
pistol.
okay. Yeah, well then you fucking blow him away.
Okay.
And that will end him. So you shoot him right square in the head, and he just kind of like mouths the words "thank you" as he kind of collapses backwards, and this insect-like creature just like dissipates and disappears, and he's just lying there naked. He's still got the wounds from where the thing had pierced him. You know, he's got 2 wounds kind of in his upper chest. He's got 2 wounds in his sides from where the legs pierced him. He's got a wound in the back where the tail had gone into him, and then the big gaping hole in the back of his skull where it had pierced his skull with its head. And Andrew, you're still stuck in this black goo, and you're going to take another point of acid damage.
Okay. Is the ox stuck or just me?
Just you as a single target.
I'm gonna start. I want to click like and try to get him to back up out of the shed.
Okay. So the ox will start to back up. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Sorry, go ahead.
Nick's gonna grab a blanket out of his saddlebag and start quickly wiping himself off.
Finch, having went through the coach rather, would have continued after seeing the enemy fall. I would have went to the back side of the room where those doors were. He would have went into a crouching position and listened intently to see if there was any more creatures and/or enemies coming.
Sure, forget about the tailor. He's already dead.
And Redemption will try and wash off this black thing on Clement.
Well, the stuff that's on Cloud, it's almost like web-like strands of this stuff. So like you're gonna need to try to kind of help pull him out of there, basically.
I'll try and pull him out then.
What's
without
your
touching
strength
any of
score?
it. 16.
16, which gives you a modifier of +2, doesn't it?
+2, yep.
And yours was a 14. Does that give you any modifier, Andrew?
It does, a +1.
Okay, I'll say that's enough. You'll be able to get him out. However, you are going to take 1 point of acid damage in the process, Ironside, because you just can't do it without touching some of this stuff. But you do pull him free, finally.
Fucking misbegotten, ugly, spotted, stain-handed, splinter knob, fucking sailor boys.
I'm trying to like just shake the seat off of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk in under the stable and calmly reload my pistol, and then make sure that it's dry and everything, and put it inside my coat.
Is it a flintlock or a matchlock or wheel lock? What is
It's
it?
the basic one, whichever that is, the first.
Okay, so it's about a 10-round reload, I think.
Yeah.
That'll take you a little while. Take you a good minute to get it reloaded.
Sure. So I'll be kind of just making sure it doesn't get too wet or whatever, and that's why I walked into the shelter. I'm just trying to look around and see if anyone else is in bits and what the hell's going on.
Sorry, go ahead, Ironside.
Just a question on hit points. Do we start with maximum or do we roll?
No, you roll, and you have
Okay.
a minimum that you could have. I think 6 for a fighter. And it's a D10 hit points for a fighter, isn't it?
No, it's D8. Isn't it D8?
Oh, I thought it was a D10. Let me check. Oh, it's 8. It's 8. Sorry, it's 8.
Okay, there you go, D8. Plus, what's your constitution?
No, I've already worked it out. I was just
What
wondering
did you get?
whether I got a 6 + 1, so I was on 7,
Okay,
down
cool.
to 6.
Got it. Nick, is Nick reloading his weapon as well? I know you were wiping the goo off you, but you're
Yeah,
fine. You're not taking sustaining damage.
Yeah, as soon as I'm somewhat clean, then I'll begin reloading my pistol.
He blew most of his load on the tailor. He was the only one that was covered in a web of the stuff. You just had a little spooge spot. So you're reloading your pistol. Father Munson, are you still sitting on this cart with your gun in hand?
Yeah. I had to step out real quick.
Okay.
Was the enemy dispatched?
Yes.
Okay, so Munson will reload his pistol as well. It's going to take 6 rounds.
Just to fill you in, Ephraim fired his pistol. His pistol shot him right between the eyes. He mouthed the words "thank you" as he collapsed onto his back, and the weird insect-like thing on his back disappeared. Just vanished.
Vanished?
Yeah. Here's
Yeah,
a nice little visual image for you guys there. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that.
Munson would have blasphemed. He would have been like, Jesus Christ, and then caught himself and looked around real quick and crossed himself.
Nick would
Bloody boy
That's,
buggering. Sorry.
What do you say, Nick?
I was just saying when the father cursed, Nick would have glanced his way but not said anything.
So Finch has gone into the workshop area in the back.
Stealthily.
So he's dead. He's dead.
Classic Troy move.
No, here's what you see. You go into the workshop. It's a fully stocked workshop equipped to take on various carpentry, metalworking, and stonework projects. You can see all the crates here for Foxlow's shipping business. They're actually made here. You can see where he's making crates, having crates made. And you can see there's also tools and stuff here for equipping and customizing the coach. There's a bunch more broken spare wheels in here. And there is a set of stairs which are leading up to the first level of the coach house. It is a 3-story coach house as well. You saw from outside. Oh, there's also a fireplace at the very back of the workshop.
All right, so I pop my head back out to the common room where everyone is reloading their weapons. Psst, psst. Sir, the stairs up are in here. The coast is clear, and I'm going to go over and listen at the stairs again, trying to scout ahead.
Just to remind you guys, too, that you do also have a couple more bodies here in the stables where the rest of you are at, where you fought the the man, who, if you examine him at all, Clement, he seems to fit the description of Erasmus Foxlow, from what you understand.
Yeah, I mean, I'd reload my gun. I'm putting scattershot in, but as soon as my arquebus is reloaded, I'll go look at him
Yeah.
and kneel down, cover my mouth with one of my fancy handkerchiefs, and be like, "This is Foxlow. Oh boy,
So
this is
there
the
is.
guy who owns the mansion."
I'll let out a low whistle and say, "No guards."
So there is a man crushed underneath the corpse of a horse. You can see that he had a pitchfork in his hand, and it looks like his head is smashed in, and his brains are exposed. Looks like the horse probably brained him and then fell on top of him with the pitchfork in his hand.
That's
And-
better than what I was expecting.
And then the other, actually, well, I mean, if do you want to inspect him closer, or
Yeah, I do.
you do find, as you kind of move the horse a little bit to just see, probably checking for any valuables, or if he had any valuables on him. He doesn't. He was just looks like he was probably a stable hand or handyman or something. However, you do realize as you start to try to move the horse around that somebody has come along and sewed him and the horse together. His crotch is sewed to the lower abdomen of the horse.
So I'll stand up with a disgusted look on my face and say, "This isn't right. Somebody sewed him to the horse. Witchcraft."
And then there's another body of a horse here in the stables as well. It's missing its head. However, it has a man's head sewn onto where its head was.
Mr. Hughes, what manner of place is this you've brought us?
I
Yeah.
do not know.
This is more than I reckoned on.
You see, like, flies just swarming all over the bodies in there. I'm holding the handkerchief over my mouth. What was it you had said, Ian? Who else should we expect here? Like a wife, a mistress, and several children, anyways, at least?
Wife,
No,
mother.
it was a wife, mother, 4 children. There was a nanny. These 2 people, well, the one guy for sure you figure was a stable hand or something along those lines. This other guy, you're not sure. He could be another stable hand, maybe a coachman. Sure.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. All you see is his head sewn to a horse.
So this is not the main house, right? This is the coach
No,
house.
this is just the stables, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I will say this is a waste of time. We're here to get the money. Let's go into the main house.
I'll ask, is everybody reloaded?
Redemption, overcoming his initial revulsion, goes and looks in the mouth of the dead people and looks for gold teeth.
No, you don't find any gold teeth on them. They actually were in pretty good shape. And did you say you were going to go upstairs, Troy? You're just listening at the stairs. You don't hear any sounds upstairs.
Yeah, I'm just listening at the stairs and
Okay.
also trying to figure out what the rest of the group is doing. If they were to leave, I would imagine I could hear them and follow suit.
Munson's performing last rites for the 3, well, the head and the 2 bodies.
Bloody
Well, holding up the arquebus, I'm going to say, skirmish line. Anything moves inside, even if it looks human, kill it.
Agreed.
Looking over at the priest, Redemption mutters under his breath, "Boy buggering, idolatrous, hocus pocus monger."
Munson will just pretend not to hear that, but he definitely kind of cocks his head for a moment and then gets back to the rituals.
Nick had been standing at the entryway into the stables, watching the house, unloosening the top buttons of his shirt as he tracks the draw of his swords at his hips. At that exchange, he turns and looks between the 2. Normally, that's something that would raise his ire and probably cause him to come to defense. But his assessment of this father is one that he's not willing to take that argument up yet, so he just turns back to the house.
Okay.
So I'm kind of imagining, like, gun is up. We're like heading in, walking next to each other, like trying to sweep rooms and shit. Like just ready to shoot something.
Yeah, we're all on high alert, I would say.
And you rejoined them, Finch. You didn't go upstairs now.
No, once they start leaving the main doorway of this structure, I would have heard them and scurried in behind. Not having a gun or really a ranged weapon of any type, I'm kind of just hiding behind.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I haven't got a ranged weapon either, so I'm carrying my shield and my pick in the other hand and staying close.
Pickaxe, yeah. I keep thinking, every time you say pick, I think of an ice pick.
Munson's got his lantern on the pole on one shoulder and his pistol drawn in the other hand.
Very good. So you're walking right on up to the main entrance, ground floor. As you're approaching the house, anyway, you can see all of the windows seem to be obscured. The lower level windows are stained by smoke. The curtains are drawn on the ground in the first levels, and the second level windows, which you can see from down here, just seem to be reflective. As you're walking up, you walk up the stairs, and they kind of creak a bit. The rain starts to pick up now. It's raining pretty good.
How far, like, how big is the steps and the stoop? Like, from the door? Because I'm not necessarily sure I want to get close to the door, or unless I have to.
It's just a couple steps, about 5 feet up from where the steps start on up to the
Okay,
front door.
Munson
There's not very much of a...
and kind of, he's got that 10-foot pole with the lantern on it, and
Okay.
he'll just kind of try the door with the pole and see if it opens.
Uh-huh. Excellent. It creaks loudly as you push it open. It's not locked at all. Opens
He
right
kind
up.
of slides the lantern down towards the far end of the pole and sticks it in the doorway.
You can immediately, once you push the door open, you can hear sobs coming from somewhere inside.
I'm gonna move in pretty quickly because I don't want the water to get in the actual pan of my gun.
So you're taking the point.
I'll be at front as well, and when I hear the sobbing, I will back the hammer on my pistol.
You
Yeah,
step
same.
in, you're in a bit of a hallway. As you can see, there's a stairway kind of at the end of the hall down ahead. On the right side, there seems to be another stairs. In fact, on the right side, you have stairs that lead up. Straight ahead of you, the stairs go up and down. There's also a couple of doors on the left side, and the sobbing seems to be coming from behind the second door.
What do you think? A vault?
You also hear, besides the sobbing, which you now hear, now that you're in the building, you can also hear something coming from downstairs. You can hear somebody wailing.
So this is the straight ahead central staircase up and down.
Yeah, it sounds like a child or a toddler wailing from downstairs. It's a girl's sobs that you hear from the door on your left.
Looking at Ephraim, I raise an eyebrow, like I'm gonna bust the door, just lay into whatever's on the other side.
I give you a look that says,
Across the floor in front of
I'm
you.
with you.
Once we enter the house, Nick will pull his brace of pistols. He had been carrying them in the backpack, not taking any chance with the rain, and he actually has it to where they're like on a belt that he slings across himself. He won't have a pistol out at the moment as he follows the others.
Okay.
I'll actually hand one of my pistols to Finch because he doesn't seem to have a weapon.
I have two weapons. You see me as I approach. As I come in from the outhouse, I have a rapier and what looks to be like a parrying dagger in my offhand. So I'm kind of shaking as I go forward with these two weapons in hand. You can. I will gladly take your pistol if you're offering one.
Well, you look a bit shaky. I look at Ironside. What's he? I mean, he's a big burly motherfucker, I'm guessing, right?
He's not shaking.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll look at Finch and see him like, and I'll have this pistol out, and I'll just look at Ironside, who's probably spitting on the ground, and go, "Here you go. You might need this."
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And you see him.
No, no,
shoot-
no, to
No,
Ironside.
no,
Sorry.
no. He gave it to Ironside.
Oh, he gave. Oh, did he? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you then.
Keep your hands off
Like,
Sure.
never mind.
God,
Is it
nice.
dark in the house?
Nice try, midget.
Yeah, it's very dark. Although if you're looking at that door, that second door on the left-hand side, where you hear the sobs coming from behind, there's a little bit of flickering light coming from underneath the door. So there seems to
I've
be
got
something
a
lit.
lantern lit.
Yeah, you've got a lantern lit. You're in the hall, you can see, but I'm just saying there's nothing else lit up in the house itself.
How big is
So-
the hall? Like, I've got that 10-foot pole, so how well can I move that around?
It's actually probably about 10 feet wide. You know, so you can't like twirl it or anything, but
Okay.
you can definitely get some lateral movement.
Okay.
So just to reiterate, the two guys in the front with the locked and loaded rifles or pistols
Mhm.
are gone up to the door to the left where we heard the crying female voice,
Sobbing.
and we also hear a crying voice coming from downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs you hear like a child wailing.
Okay.
Like a toddler who's fallen down and skinned their knee, just wailing in pain.
Munson will turn and look that way, and he's kind of holding the pole. He's got the pistol braced against it, so everybody can get as much light as hopefully possible. But he wants to keep an eye towards the downstairs since the other two are focusing on the doorway.
And the entire hall flashes with light as there's a lightning strike and a really loud crack almost instantly. Sounds like maybe one of the trees on the property is struck by lightning. And you feel a gust of wind as the door slams shut behind you. And now you can just hear the rain pelting down. You can hear it hitting the house. You can hear the wind blowing through and causing all kinds of weird howling wind sounds inside the house. You hear shutters on the windows banging against the side of the house.
So Clement is up against the wall, about to kick in the door on the left side with the crying. He feels Finch come up beside him, shoulder to shoulder. He's just flush against the wall with his back. Then you can hear this liquid. If you take a step forward, you feel your foot go into liquid, and you can smell a faint smell of urine.
I'll look down and see that I'm stepping in your urine and just kind of smile, remembering back to the first time I left my stall and tried to do anything manly.
Nick will step up to Finch and lay a hand on his shoulder and say, "Steady, my friend. We will get through this."
And I'll say, "Huh, some of us will," and then I'll kick the door open.
Okay, you kick the door open, and you enter into the dining room. Blood is splattered over every surface, and the chairs are knocked over. The room is in disarray. There's a display cupboard which is full of fine dishes that's been knocked over. Everything's shattered around it. There's a young girl hanging from the ceiling in place of a chandelier, and she's sobbing. And as soon as she sees you kick open the door, she starts to beg you for help.
She's hanging
Yeah, she's like a chandelier.
from her neck.
No, she's hanging kind of chandelier-like, and you can see her arms are twisted in a way so that her hands are actually turned upright. And there are candles placed in her hands. There's candles placed on her feet. There's candles placed on all of her ribs, which have been broken and turned up.
Ooh.
I fucking shoot. Hail of gunfire.
Wax is dripping on her skin. Innards are hanging out over the dining table. They don't quite reach the table, and you can tell that it's causing her a lot of pain as they're pulling at her. And she's just saying, "Help me." And she's sobbing. She looks to be about 11 years old.
Fireman, fire!
I shoot my gun immediately, hoping to aim for her head and put her out of this misery.
Okay. Bam! You shoot her right between the eyes and kill her. So probably some of you guys didn't even see that, won't even see by the time you get into the room. She's already dead. But His gun goes off. The sobbing stops.
So then I'll go lean against the wall and just like take a deep breath, like pinch the bridge of my nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the dining room is also attached to the parlor, which they're connected. They're not. There's no door or wall in between them. Let me just see. Is there anything else of note about the dining room or the parlor? Like I said, the whole place there's blood everywhere.
Now, I have a
The
question.
furniture, even in the parlor, is also splattered with blood. There's several broken children's toys on the floor in the parlor as well. And hanging on the north wall, there's a portrait of a bride and a groom. The plate on the frame reads, Erasmus Sylvester Foxlow and Myrna Richrum Foxlow, married June 15th. Above the portrait are 2 swords mounted on the wall.
Valuable.
Are the swords valuable? I have a question about the Order of the Sacred Flame. Is it the Order's duty to seek out and extinguish these types of occult behaviors?
Oh no, Mr. Finch, we're not here on Order business, and if the Order finds out about it, we're probably all banned for life, if not hunted down. So.
However, we might be able to spin this in our favor if we take out some sort of terrible occult creatures. Go back to the Order, say we took initiative.
You see Finch, all of a sudden, as he turns and he sees this young female's head get exploded by the German once more with an extremely accurate shot. He kind of goes right back to his original position where he's standing in his pee again. He's like, surely there's other houses, sir. Surely there's other people.
We have been brought here for a reason. We must see this through.
Steel yourself, Finch, and help me steal these swords and cut down this portrait. And I remove my dagger and go to loot.
Okay.
I'm looking for silverware and stuff on the dining room table.
Yeah,
Sure.
me
This is
too.
a
What's this, Clement?
Going through the drawers.
While they're looting with a bit of, I guess, professional curiosity, Nick is going to move closer to the body and inspect the work, the stuff that's been done to the girl.
Uh-huh.
And if there's any way, if he can tell if this was, the work of a person mundane, or if there seems to be more at work with it.
It's possible. It would have to be a really sick and sadistic person. This would have taken time to do. Like I said, all of her ribs, her chest and abdomen are cut open. Like I said, her guts are actually literally hanging out of her.
And done in a way that you didn't immediately die. How long is there?
Every single rib has been individually broken and turned upwards. Her arms are twisted and broken in a way so that they would point up towards the ceiling. Oh yeah, and she's hanging from like meat hook type things.
Is there any way to guesstimate how long that she's been hanging here, or how long ago these wounds were done?
No, but you're guessing if this all happened at the same time based on the bodies you saw at the stables, probably at least a couple of days. Okay, so Ephraim is stuffing his bag full of the bits of silverware on the table. Clement cuts down the portrait and rolls it up.
Redemption's going through the drawers, but he's angry as well, so he's just throwing everything around. But any silver he comes across, he'll pocket it.
I'll say that the swords are just typical medium swords. I'll say they're like saber type swords. Seems like it would be an appropriate kind of sword you'd hang on a wall.
Munson is still in the hallway. After the shot and the stopping of the crying.
You can still hear the child wailing downstairs. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I was going to say, did that affect the child wailing? Did they stop?
But you're pretty sure you heard feet shuffling around upstairs. It sounded like somebody moved about upstairs or something. You're the only person who heard it because you were in the hallway at the time.
When we're reloaded, let's go downstairs. If there's another one suffering like
There's
this,
also,
let's
like I
put them
said,
out of their misery.
there's another little hall that turns to the right off of this hall, and there's a door on each side of that hall, and then stairs which lead up on that side, whereas the stairs down the other way lead up or down.
I agree with Redemption. We should take out all the threats immediately.
Now this
There you go. There's the ground floor, which you're on at the moment. Okay.
we're in the
Just to
dining
give you
room.
an idea, you guys. Yeah, the dining room is where the girl was hanging, and you guys are in the dining room and the parlor at the moment. Munson still out the hallway, and Finch in the hallway.
So I was AFK there for a second. Was this girl that was strung up as a chandelier, was she also adorned with some form of insectoid parasite thing?
No. Nope, she had just been tortured and put on
It was
display.
pretty remarkable that she would have even been still alive in her state that we found her in.
That brings to mind that like whoever did it to her obviously must have taken some care to make sure that she would still survive.
So yeah,
it must
Finch
have
is
been
even
done
more freaked
extremely
out at this point as he inspects the body from below as the others are looting around him. He's even more shaken.
I'm going to look at Finch and give him a joke that's completely off color and be like, if they turn me into a piece of furniture, I hope it's a table.
Ha!
I mean, the guts hanging out of this girl for a couple of days probably smells pretty rank too. I imagine there'd be all kinds of human waste about.
More piss.
I'm just watching the stairs headed up and waiting for the first of my companions to exit the room.
Which stairs heading up? The stairs heading up at the north end or the stairs heading up at the west end?
The north end is behind a door, correct? If I remember.
The west end is technically behind a door, but
Okay.
the door is open.
The north end I'm watching then.
The north end goes up and down, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm watching the north.
Oh no, sorry. The north end only goes up. Sorry, the west end is behind the door, and the west end goes up and down. See, damn it, why did they not put north at the top instead of at the right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll
Just
show you
show
one
us
more
the
time.
Show us a picture one time.
There you go. So I can't really see what I'm doing here. Okay, this is the north end here. Okay, and so this is the west. Got that?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I would move to the corner, see where that makes it cornered to the wall that separates the west stairs.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I
Gotcha.
can watch the north stairs and kind of be by the door to the west stairs if it opens.
Yep.
So we've heard footsteps up above, and we've heard more crying down
No,
below.
Father Munson heard footsteps up above. You guys did not.
Okay, very good.
And you can still hear a child wailing downstairs.
Come on, I'm going downstairs.
I'm with you, Redemption.
As am I.
Redemption and Clement go to exit the room. Munson, brings his finger up to his face and and points up above, just indicating that he's heard something from upstairs.
Yeah, I'll shake my head.
I'll stop and listen, but at the sound of the child crying from downstairs, I'll press on down.
That's, yeah, okay. So you go down the stairs at the west end. Takes you down to a little area on the lower level. Now, let's see here, the lower level. So as you get down there, you can smell smoke very strongly in the air. It's largely dissipated, but the lingering smoke will still sting your eyes as you walk down the stairs. I'll just give you a quick little example, or a quick little look at the lower level over there, okay? Don't worry, there's no spoilers on these maps, just room names.
So we're going down into the helps living quarters.
The child crying seems to be coming from back here.
I can't see anything. Yep.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
sorry.
Is it complete darkness down here?
Well, until Father Munson comes down with his lantern, yeah.
Father Munson's not going down there.
Oh, then yes, it's dark. You guys are gonna have to create your own light source.
I will pull out one of the torches from my backpack and light it.
Okay.
I'm really nervous at this point, being that the Father Munson is not with us, and this brute is getting ahead of us and moving, doing his own thing. I'm gonna stay back as well at the stairs where Father Munson is, and listen to the footsteps up above. I'm in no rush to go downstairs.
Okay, so Father Munson and Finch are both staying kind of upstairs. We have Nick and Ironside and Clement and Ephraim all going downstairs, yes? Okay, so as you come down the stairs, there's a hall there in front of you. You can hear where the child's wailing is coming from, like I said, in the one corner of the building where it said storage. Do you want to see that map again one more time? Sorry, I don't have any image I can just share, or screen share, but it would make it a lot easier, I suppose. But there you go. Okay.
It's pretty clear. It's all good.
So I guess all covering it with our guns, we'll push open the door.
To the storage room? Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So you can see, obviously, this is where the family have kept their often used supplies. There's bedding, extra curtains, tablecloths, rugs, things of that sort. And there's also a boy here. Let me just get to the right page. I'll give you the proper description of this young boy here. So he's about a year old. His eyes have been torn out. Sockets are buttoned closed. He's got a pair of eyeglasses for obviously an adult man placed on his head, the side of which have been sewn to his head. The corners of his mouth have fish hooks embedded in them, and the mouth is stretched open with the hooks connected to a fine line nailed to the floor. Child's chest has been torn up, and a clock face has been inserted into the space. The clock still ticks, and the hands move. His limbs have been torn off at the shoulders or hips and have been replaced with crude, non-working, and really not deserving of the name clockwork limbs. He continues to wail in pain.
My turn this time, and I'll go over to him and at close distance I'll just shoot him.
Is there a madness roll in this game, Ian?
No.
You shoot him.
And then vomit.
Yep. You just shot a 1-year-old boy. Now,
Nick whispers a soft prayer as he crosses himself.
It's probably an act of mercy, in fairness, but I don't know if you've ever killed a toddler before.
Dear Lord, what is going on in this house?
Did you know anything about this, Clement?
No, my contact said nothing.
Perhaps we should begin questioning the bodies we find instead of just killing them. We might be able to find out something useful. He's got this dead expression on his face, like he's just become like pure work,
Where did you shoot the boy?
In the head.
I agree, Ephraim.
Sorry.
If we can take one safely.
They're already in agony. A few more minutes won't hurt them too much, and we might gain something useful from it.
This one with 1-year-old can't learn nothing from a 1-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have been capable of talk, capable of speech. Where did you shoot him?
In the head.
In the head? Okay.
Yeah.
The hands on the clock start to spin backwards.
I'll try to stop them. I don't know why, but I'm just putting my finger on the hands to try and stop them.
Backing away from the baby.
Okay. You can hear movement coming from a couple of different rooms. movement coming from the room right across the hall from you. There's something moving in there. Who's still upstairs? Just Munson and Finch?
Yeah, I'm kind of like taking even though I'm completely incapable of doing anything, I'm kind of guarding what I perceive to be this priest for whatever the footprints and foot movements that were above if they were to come down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where's this other room here? Just want to make sure I get all the right stuff. Oh yeah, which one is that here? Hold on a second. I want to make sure I got the right room. There's so many of these damn things.
Father Munson kind of leans over to Finch and he whispers, he says, it might not be a bad idea for us to scout out these other two rooms. And he points to the doorways on either side before they come back up. But take care to remain hidden.
Yeah, you guys hear some more sounds coming from upstairs. Sounds like there's some more movement happening now.
Because we're sort of in the open here. I mean, this corner provides us protection from that direction, but anyone down these stairs and we're right in the open.
All right, follow me, Father, and I'm going to lead him to one of the... There's 2 additional rooms that haven't been checked yet.
Oh, upstairs here? On the ground floor, I mean?
That's
There
right.
are.
So we just want to make sure that there's no other occupants on this ground level before we press forward. So I'm going to lead, and you see, Father Munson, that I'm very quiet as I tiptoe across the wood floor, the planks of this very nice building. Floors don't seem to creak under my feet. And
Yeah,
I'm going to
I'll
open the door on your right or on your left?
well, we had went into the dining area. There's 2 additional rooms. I don't really know what they are, so let's just pick one, Father. What do you think, right or left?
Oh, I gotta roll the dice because I remember what they are and I know which one I want to look in first. But
Fair enough.
all right, so we'll say evens. We'll go right. Odds. We'll go left. We got odds.
So you see Finch start creeping towards the left door.
Okay. I'm going to open it up.
Yeah, just slowly, just an inch.
As you reach for it, you hear a loud thud in the room behind you now, which would have been the room to the right. And you think you hear something dragging along the floor in there.
Do I hear it as well?
Oh, yes.
I'll spin with the pistol aimed right at that opposite door.
Okay. Back downstairs, Caius, you were trying to fiddle with the clockworks, I believe?
Just stop the hands turning. Physically hold them from turning.
Okay. That's fine. You can stop them from turning. Let me just double check something here.
Do I hear any more sort of ticking from the clock mechanism?
It ticks for a couple of seconds and then just stops. Okay.
Okay.
I think we lost. Who did we lose? We lost Lloyd, didn't we?
Yep.
I had to turn my bandwidth all the way down because it kept lagging, so I got no cameras. But okay. So Munson and Finch, you're just back. You're just up there pointing your guns at this door, or sorry, your gun at the door.
Yeah, you see Finch. He sheaths his rapier and pulls out a secondary dagger.
Okay. The door is going to open. Basically, like you hear something bash against the door, and then something bashes against the door again, and it breaks open. And what you see is it was once a woman, but it looks like it has been crushed up. Basically, like if you took a woman and just rolled her up into a ball, and then just let her go, and she started to kind of expand back a little bit into space, and she's kind of dragging herself along the floor. and she doesn't even look at you. She kind of seems to turn straight towards the stairs where your allies went. And she's dragging herself by her one disfigured arm along the
So she looks like she's not quite physically capable of doing too much besides just dragging her corpse-like body across the floor.
Well, yeah. You figure she's definitely not alive. Not in any kind of natural state anyway.
All right. So what else is in the room here? Is there any type of poles or like curtain rods or anything like that I could use?
In which room? The room behind you, or the room that she just came out of?
Just the immediate left door that I peeked in before we heard.
Oh no, you hadn't peeked in yet. You heard the sound just as you started to reach for the door.
All right, so just in this foyer room where the stairs go upstairs here that we're standing at. Is there any type of rod-like structure that I can use to keep this abomination at bay?
No, but Father Munson's holding a 10-foot-long pole with a lantern tied on one end.
All right, then I'm going to snatch it from him. And I'm going to go over and try to impale this creature into the floor if I can. If there's any sharp bit, to try to keep it where it's at. That's so it doesn't...
like I said, she just kind of goes around you guys, and she doesn't seem to pay any attention to you. She's going straight for the stairs down where your allies went down. So we go back downstairs, you guys. I know Lloyd's still not there at the moment, but... we've got Nick and Ironside and Clement anyway. We'll just say that the German is standing there nervously for the moment, not sure what's going on. So the clock has stopped, and you can hear something moving. Which area did I say the movement was coming from that you guys were hearing? It was coming from, oh yeah, the room right across the hall from the storage area that you're in.
Look alive, men. Something's coming up from behind. And I turn and point my gun at the door.
I'll come and join him.
Okay. So when that door opens, okay, I just gotta find my proper description here for you. Yeah. So the first thing you see is a woman, and like I said, she also looks very dead-like, and she seems to have a child, a baby, hanging out of her vagina, partially, like it's been stuffed back in there.
I'm gonna shout, "Hey, stop you! We have a bunch of questions, and you're gonna answer."
She says nothing and continues advancing towards you.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
She just keeps coming towards you, and now you hear some noise coming from the top of the stairs. You're not sure what it is. You hear like a thump, thump. Were you guys going to stop her from heading towards the stairs just before I describe any further, Father Munson or Finch?
Yeah, Finch grabbed the pole and was going at her.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, I don't know if he conceded the pole to me or not.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
Okay.
Finch lunges forward, snatches the pole from Father Munson's hands, and I'm going to try to stick it through her main part of her torso into the floor so she can't go any further.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
With Flag's lantern pole. All right, sounds good. I rolled a... I don't get a sneak attack with a pole with a lantern on it? Probably not.
No, you can't get a sneak attack. She's immune anyway.
So, D20?
Yeah.
All right, 13 to hit.
Okay, yep. And roll D6 damage.
4.
4. Okay, you jam the pole through her. And, transfix her in space. However, as you do so, she turns strangely, like twists on the pole and slashes out at you. Reaching out with her hand as you step a bit closer. Let's see, that's going to be a 10. That's going to miss you, right?
That's correct. You see me pull my leg back.
Hmm. And you guys now hear you hear like a thump at the top of the stairs, and you can hear like some kind of a sick, like some kind of a almost human-like snarling and very savage sounding.
I open fire.
So you're shooting the chick walking towards you.
Yep.
Roll to hit.
It's since I loaded it with the scatter round, it's a breath attack instead of a normal attack.
Cool. So she has to roll a saving throw.
Her and the baby both have to succeed on the breath saving throw. It'll hit both of them.
Okay.
Let me make sure I don't misfire. Okay, I don't.
Yep. Roll d10. Yep. Okay. So you hit.
I do each of them 1 point of damage.
Okay. So when you do that, the baby drops out onto the ground and turns and starts to crawl at you as an individual creature now. And I guess we're going to roll initiative. We'll just have everybody roll initiative, okay? Where is Lloyd? Anybody got any messages from him? He's probably trying to send me messages, but I have my shit turned off, so.
Initiative
Yeah, I
is
have
D6, right?
Initiative is D6.
Okay, cool. I keep forgetting that.
If you guys are typing them in the chat, I'm not looking at the chat because it keeps lagging them up. Sorry.
So it's Dennis, Anthony, Andrew, myself,
Anybody get,
Titus.
okay, well, I'll just call out numbers then. Did anybody get higher than a 6?
Nick
Dennis.
did.
Okay, so Nick gets to go first.
And Anthony tied to 6.
Yeah.
So Nick, you're first.
So, seeing the ineffective shooting of good friend Clement, he will aim his pistol, attempting to shoot the woman in the head.
Okay, roll to hit.
16.
Oh, that's going to hit. Damage? You fire.
4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. You blow off half of her head. And she keeps walking towards you.
Where's my D10?
And who was on 6?
I'm on 6.
Munson, that's okay. You're back upstairs. What do you do on your action?
Can I hold my action?
Yes.
Because I don't want to fire into the melee of the
No
two
problem.
of them.
If it gets to the point where I tell everybody to roll initiative again, you can tell me if you want to take your action before the next round.
Okay.
Otherwise, just feel free to interject whenever. So, anybody else on 6?
No.
Okay, anybody on 5?
Clement.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing, Clement? You already fired your gun.
Mm-hmm. Instead of reloading, I'm going to wield it like a club, take 2 steps forward, and try to just smash the woman with it.
Okay, roll to hit.
16.
16. You're going to hit her, so go ahead and roll your damage. As you do that, she reaches out. She tries to grab you, and I got a 10, so I think that's going to miss you, right?
Yep, it will. I hit her for 5.
You hit her for 5. Okay, so that's going to drop her. So you smash in the other half of her head, and her dead body drops dead again. As the baby grabs onto the inside of your calf, doing 3 points of damage to you, as its claws dig into your calf muscles, and it tries to bite your knee, and actually fumbled. So it's trying to bite your knee, but it's actually just bitten into your pants and is tearing your pant leg off.
No, not my pants. I'd rather have it kill the knee.
It's ripped your pant leg. And okay, so that was all the 5s. Anybody else on 5? No? Anybody on 4?
No.
Anybody on 3?
That would be me.
What
So
do you
Finch.
want there, Finch?
You see Finch. He's got this pole jabbed into this crawling undead female form, and he's like looking to the father. He's like, Father, what do I do? What do I do, Father? I've never killed anything before in my life. Help me, Father. And you see him. He braces himself, and he puts his 2 feet more than shoulder width apart, and he attempts to lift up the form of this creature. And my goal is to keep it from being on the floor and trying to drag itself forward with its clawed hands, and try to like push it against the wall so that it's ajar there.
Give me a strength roll, please. Roll d20.
Sure.
Don't add anything to it.
I rolled a straight 16.
What's your strength?
+1.
You try. No. What's your strength score?
13.
Okay, so you're trying to lift it up, but you just can't.
And I'm pleading to the father to assist me in this, and he's
Duck, my child!
Okay.
Alright, so I do. I'm like kind of holding onto the pole and trying to push the form of this female undead thing up against the wall. And as he yells that, you see me kind of slink down, but I'm still holding the pole and still kind of keeping this thing at bay.
Cool. Father, I take it that means you're going to roll an attack roll. Is that a correct assumption?
What's that?
You're taking an attack, I presume?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Roll for misfire. Do not misfire.
Nothing from
Roll
Lloyd.
18 to hit.
18 is going to hit. Damage?
Yeah, that'll be a D8. 5 damage.
Okay, 5 damage. And Troy, how much damage did you do with your attack before? It was 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, 4 from the ball.
So that's going to finish her off. So she dies and slumps off the stick, just rolls to the ground in a pile of crushed up meat.
And you see Finch. He kind of just like, ah! And he throws the pole to the side and scampers back to the stairs.
Munson will, you'll see him reach under his robes, and as you can see a bandolier of pre-filled shot and powder. He's got 12 apostles, and he grabs one of those packets and starts to reload. And I believe that'll take 1 round off my reload time.
Okay. Anybody else not go yet this round?
Redemption. Redemption has the gun in his hand, and he looks. He's about to point the gun towards Clement's pants, and then he decides to do something else. Runs forward and kicks the baby.
Okay, roll to hit.
Don't kick the baby.
He's kicking the baby. What's an unarmed attack do in Lamentations?
There's a rule for unarmed.
I miss.
You miss. Well, how badly did you miss? What'd you roll?
7.
Okay. You don't kick the tailor in the crotch then?
7, 8, 9, 10. Does a 10 hit?
No, it doesn't. Is there damage for unarmed?
It's probably like 1 to 2.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
I think it's 1.
I think it's 1. I've got. I mean, it's not for my leg. It's not for kicking, but I've got a cestus, which gives me D3, so I guess it's 1 for unarmed.
Okay. It's the next round anyway. So, everybody go ahead and roll initiatives.
Nick got 3.
Ooh, I got 7.
4 for Finch.
2.
And 5 for redemption.
Okay, so the 7s go next. The baby is on 7 as well, so it'll go simultaneously. It tries to rend at you again. That's a 12.
Misses.
And it tries to bite you again. This time now, instead of going for the knee, it's climbing up your leg a bit, and it's going for the inner thigh. It's a 6, so it doesn't get you. Instead, it just rips your pants more. Now your pants are shredded all the way. That whole leg, say it's the left leg, that pant leg is completely shredded all the way up to your hip.
This is bullshit, dude.
Basically, your pants. Do you have a belt? Do you have a belt, Taylor?
Yeah, I do.
That's the only thing holding your pants on at
This-
this moment.
That's expensive clothing. That was fucking extravagant clothing. That baby just stole like 25 silver from me.
And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold my freaking gun above my head and try to smash it.
You could
That's-
just capture it, make it work for you in your factory.
Roll to hit.
Probably sews better than some of my workers. Fuck yeah, I'm rolling good, man. 19.
This baby's like a month old or something. Maybe a couple months. You get a 19, that's a hit. Damage? This baby hasn't taken any damage yet. Oh, it took 1 point of damage earlier from your
6
scatter shot.
damage.
6 damage. Oh, you smash the baby's head, and it just pulps with the butt
So-
of your pistol.
It's I just shank it off my leg with the butt of the rifle, and then keep smashing it in the ground. Fucking extravagant bitch!
And
You can
as it
see like
falls, as it falls, it yanks at your belt, and your pants go down.
oh, that's just fucking mean spirited. Yeah, I just keep like I am clobbering this thing. Its blood, its guts are just flying all over me. I'm beating it to a pulp.
Jesus Christ. Okay, back upstairs. You said that 12 Apostles thing, Father Munson, gave you a quick reload, right?
Yeah, I think it just shaves one round off.
Oh, okay, so you're still reloading.
Yeah.
And what are you doing, Finch? You can hear some sounds still coming from upstairs. You can hear sounds coming from downstairs. You can hear the sounds of what the combat and everything going on downstairs, but
I'm shaken. I'm falling back to the stairs. I'm starting to crawl up the stairs with my 2 daggers in hand, like, kind of like a crab would, on the back of my hands, just trying to back away from this dead woman that the father had just finished off.
No, you're right at the top of the stairs, and you can hear this rhythm pounding as somebody's beating on something downstairs.
All right, now I'm listening at the door.
Listening at the what?
I'm trying to listen at the door going upstairs, rather.
Oh, well, there's no door going upstairs. There's stairs going up.
Right, so I would have backed up to that staircase, and I would have like slowly backed up the stairs, just trying to back away from the situation that I just faced on the main level.
Okay, so you're moving up to the first level there on the west stairs.
Right. So what do I hear there at the top of those stairs? I'm listening as I back up.
As you're moving up there, you're not really hearing anything immediately in the immediate area, but you hear movements upstairs. Sounds like multiple movements going on upstairs.
Right, that's the direction I'm heading towards.
Just double check something here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're on the first level, and then you're going to keep going up to the second level?
That's right. Yeah, my understanding is I was on the main level and I was backing up towards the stairs, going up to the next level where we heard the original movement.
Yep. And as you get up to the first level, you hear movement still, but it's still above you, so it sounds like it's coming from the second level. Second floor, that is, above ground level.
Right, but I was already on ground level. I wasn't downstairs with these guys killing babies.
No, I know they're on the lower level. There's 4 floors. There's lower level, ground floor, first floor, second floor.
All right, so I'm moving up towards that sound on the first floor, and you're saying there's a floor above that, the top floor, where the sound is coming from?
That's correct.
All right, so if I don't hear anything...
Up there.
All right, so I'm just going to slowly open a door, or does it open into no doorway?
There's a hall with multiple doors. There's basically 2 doors on the east wall, 1 door on the north wall, just kind of alongside you, and then 1 door on the south wall to your right. On this first level.
And the father, has he followed me up, or is he still finishing off loading his pistol or whatever he used?
What would you do when you finished loading, Father? Actually, no, let's not get too far ahead. No, he's still loading. He's only been loading for a couple of rounds.
All right, so I'm just doing reconnaissance then. I'm just listening at these 3 doors.
I got to go back down to the basement now, to the lower level. You guys are in that storage area. You're smashing that baby into a pulp.
You know the scene from Office Space where they're playing Danfield's Gonna Be a Gangster and they're beating the printer?
Nope.
That's what I'm fucking doing. Like, someone is gonna have to pull me off of this baby.
You hear door open, kind of catty corner from the room that you're in. So what was marked as the kitchen on the map, if you can remember. You hear that door open, and you hear something moving across the hall in your direction.
Nick is going to shove the pistol that he fired into this holster and pull the other one out as he spins in the direction of the sound.
I'm gonna stop seeing people looking out and stumble back and start trying to reload my gun and say, "Redemption, take the front."
I'll pass him my gun. I'll pass him the gun. I'm not very good. I'm better with my pick, I say, drawing my pick.
Okay, so you're drawing your pick, and you're standing near the door.
And I'm giving him my pistol. The pistol that the German gave me.
Okay.
So
Sweet, I'll take
Yeah,
it.
the German is just like
I don't
gone
trust German
catatonic.
pistols.
He's in the corner. He just seems to be a broken man at the moment. He's gone completely catatonic.
Yeah, I've checked a couple times and he's not showing online, so...
Yeah. And who else is down here? So there's... Oh, yeah, you're there, Nick, as well. What were you doing, Nick? Sorry.
I holstered the pistol that I fired at the woman and drew the second one that hasn't been fired yet.
Okay. So what you see coming towards you, quite similar to the man you saw in the stables, this naked woman is coming towards you, and she has those things sticking into her sides and into her chest from behind as well. So she's got one of those weird beetle things on her back, you figure, although you can't see that much of it. She's a young girl. She's a beautiful girl. But as you see her, she's obviously very terrified. She's in complete agony. Tears are streaming down her face, and she screams, "Save me, please!" And then her voice, you can tell it's cracked. It's like she's been screaming for so long that her throat is just bloodied and dry, and she can no longer scream at all after she says those words. She just continues to mouth things, but you can't hear anything that she's saying.
Go for the
yeah.
insect.
Roll initiative. All of you downstairs. Father Munson's still upstairs reloading. He's probably into his third round of loading at this point, and this is around the time that Finch has gotten up to the first floor and is kind of looking around.
Nick got 6.
Anybody get 8?
No, I got 6 as well.
Okay, well the girl got 8. So who was at the front? It was Nick and what's his name? Ironside, yeah?
Okay.
Am I correct? Or was Ironside blocking the door completely and Nick behind him?
Yep.
That was not a yes or no question, goddammit.
Yes, he's also there.
Okay, I'll roll odd or even then to see which one of you attacks. I just wasn't sure if Ironside was blocking the doorway or not. So that's an odd, so it's attacking Ironside.
Okay.
So she steps forward, and there's this weird stinger sticking out of her vag, basically, that she runs right up to you, and that's going to be a 16? No, sorry, an 18.
Okay, that hits.
Okay, so damage. Oof. Roll saving throw versus poison. Take 5 points of damage.
Just a sec, need to check my poison.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I made my saving throw against poison.
Good. You don't die instantly then. So you do take 5 points of damage from the stinger.
Okay. Ah!
And you can hear now that she's like right on top of you. She's basically like, she's still got control of her hands, so she's not grabbing you. You can see she's actually reaching around her back, trying to grab this thing on her back. And she leans over and whispers in your ear as the stinger is sticking into you. And she says, "It's not true. I didn't touch him. I didn't do anything. My uncle can fix this." And anybody on 7?
No, I think me at 6 is next.
Okay, 6, and you're upstairs. You
I had a 6 as well.
might have heard the woman scream, I suppose. You probably would have heard that. And Nick, you're on 6, so you're there. You can take a shot with your second pistol, or
Yeah, I'm going to like step to the left so I have a clear view of her and less risk of shooting my human shield as I fire.
okay. What are you aiming at?
Well, does she has one of those things on her as well?
Yep.
Or is it? Yeah, so that's what I'm going to aim for.
Okay. Roll hit.
You know just a second. Is it if it's attacked me in hand-to-hand combat, then you're firing into combat, and you just roll a 50-50 chance of who you hit.
Yeah.
That's correct. I know.
Okay.
Okay, so do I still roll to hit or do I roll?
Yeah, you rolled a hit, and if
Okay.
you hit, then I roll a 50% chance that you hit Caius instead of her, or the thing, or whatever. Actually, there's 3 of them, so I'd roll a d6 and say it's a 1/3 chance to hit any of the 3 of you.
Okay, well I got a 23.
23 is definitely going to hit any of them. So let's see, 1 or 2 is going to be Ironside, 3 or 4 is going to be the girl, 5 or 6 will be the parasite-like thing. That's a 5, so it's the parasite. So you fire your shot, it goes right through the thing, and it like phases out of existence for a moment and then rephases after the bullet passes through it, having no effect. You hear a gunshot go off downstairs now, Troy. So you're definitely hearing noises downstairs. You heard a scream, you heard a gunshot. What are you doing, Finch, on the first floor?
Alright, so the father is still down below, is he not? He's still reloading his gun. He's
Last time you saw him,
he's heard these noises as well.
you will presume.
Alright, I'm overwhelmed. The only thing I've seen is the dead girl, the chaos that was in the coach room, and now I hear this commotion downstairs. I'm going to double back and start heading immediately towards the basement.
Okay. I'll say you can get downstairs, you'll pass Father Munson, and then you can go on back further down and you'll see the scene you see now, this naked woman standing in the doorway to the storage room, kind of seemingly almost attached to Ironside. Yeah, and that's what you see. And you think you can make the shapes of a couple people moving around the room beyond them, but you can't see very well there.
And there's no way I could do anything beyond that.
No, I don't. Well, do you have a...
I have a dagger that I can throw. That's got a range factor.
Sure, why not? Go ahead.
So I see this woman standing there naked. This creature literally like phase out and then reappear up on her back.
No, because you didn't see the gunshot.
Right. Okay. I see the creature on her back still though.
Mm-hmm.
Because it reappeared. I'm going to attempt to throw my dagger at the creature.
Roll to hit.
14.
Okay, and I rolled dip, so it would have hit the creature, but the creature like disappears, and the dagger goes right into the girl's back. Roll damage.
All right, so this would have been a sneak attack, being that she had no idea that I would have been in the vicinity, or no?
No, because she's in combat.
Engaged. So, she's eye alert. All right, 2 points of piercing damage.
So she screams in pain, and then the creature phases back in. And okay. What initiative were you on? That was 5 or 4, or what was it? 6, wasn't it? 6. So who's on 5? Anybody?
Not me.
Anybody on 4?
I'm on 2.
Anybody on 3?
I'm on 3, but I'm just still reloading.
Okay, and then on 2, so it's going to be you, I think. Ironside?
I'm on 2 as well, but he should go first.
Okay, Ironside?
Ironside will... grab the beetle and try and drag it out of the girl.
Okay. So as you grab it, it phases into like incorporeal, like creature, and your hands go right through it. You can still see a hint of it, kind of like the Predator's kind of cloaking device thing. But
Whilst it
your hand
disappears,
just passed right through it.
whilst it sort of phases out or disappears, he'll sort of shout at the girl, Who did you say can help you? Your uncle?
She's just whispering, I never touched him. Never touched him. Uncle can fix this. Uncle can fix this.
Uncle can fix this.
It's your turn there, Andrew. Sorry, Clement. Forgot your name for that.
Knowing I can't risk killing him because he looks pretty badly wounded, I'll go into melee and holding my arquebus up, I'll try to get over him and shove the butt down into the woman's head.
Okay, roll to hit.
I was quite hoping that Nick would take me out, so at least Ian didn't take me out for once.
13.
Oh, you're going to survive, guys, right? 13 hits.
Yeah.
Damage?
6 points of damage.
Oh, yeah, you fucking brain her, and she drops dead to the ground, and the creature fades away.
Immediately, I'm going to turn and say, how badly are you wounded?
No, I haven't taken worse. That was bad.
I look around. We're in like a supply closet, right?
You're in a storage room.
I'm going to start going through the boxes looking for medical supplies.
Let's see if I can turn my camera back on without lagging out for a bit.
And Ironside just sits on the floor swearing, You sick slut slobbering beetle fucker.
Yeah, I'll turn to Nick and say, we got to find something. Find the wounds, and I'm just tearing shit out of the boxes.
And I turn on the German who's standing in the corner. What are you doing, you drunken phlegm spluttering?
He's actually just
sausage?
sitting in the corner with his knees pulled up to his chest, his arms wrapped around his knees. He's rocking back and forth, and he's not saying anything.
Well, I'm just going to get what comfort I can from insulting the Germans.
Very
So
good.
he's all catatonic. I'm coming down the stairs and I see, what kind of injuries did you sustain? Was it like gash, like wounds or something?
He was stung, actually. She ran up and shoved her stinger into your thigh. It was poisonous.
And it literally petrified him, so he turned to stone?
No,
Oh.
I'm all right. I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
conscious, just badly injured.
No, it's the German who's gone completely useless. He's just rocking back and forth the corner. He seems to be completely traumatized or something. He thought he was made of sterner stuff than this, but something snapped inside of him.
But Redemption is injured. He has like obvious wounds.
Yep.
Yeah, he's bleeding pretty heavily from a wound to his inner thigh.
Alright, so you see me pulling like part of my pant leg off as I coming down the stairs after I see this creature dissipate. And as I put it towards it, you can smell the urine and everything on it as I've been defecating all over myself this entire time.
I'm gonna yell back at Polly. Polly, is that you?
I'm here, boss. I'm here. What's up, sir?
Go get Father Munson. I think he can heal. I think he can faith heal.
What? Crazy talk. But I'll get him. And you see me, I turn tail and start scurrying back
You're
up the
hearing
stairs.
sounds from outside the window, the smoke-stained window of the storage area.
Did you guys hear that?
Nick is trying to work at getting his pistols reloaded.
It's going to take
He'll
some time.
pause
Yep.
and glance
Munson's
towards
got
the
his gun
sound.
reloaded.
Did you hear the girl? She was saying that.
Nobody
She
heard it
didn't-
but you.
I'll pass it on to the others. Did you hear what she said?
No.
I didn't really take it in, but it's along the lines of she didn't mean to cause any harm, and she thought Uncle can fix this or something like this, but I don't know exactly. But she seemed like she was feeling guilty over something that was going on here.
Could I guess by looking at her, Ian, when I was berating her? Um, would I guess she looked more of like a mistress, like a nanny, or did she look like a noblewoman?
Go ahead and roll d20.
Crit failure.
No, actually, this is an ability
Oh,
check.
crit,
So
it's a crit. Yeah, that's right. I
yes.
forgot it's underneath.
Yeah, judging from the looks of her, she matches. You're sure this is the gorgeous nanny that supposedly worked in the house.
So I'll try to weave a narrative based on the information I know, and I'll be like, that woman, that child hanging out of her. I bet it was the nobleman's. I bet it was Fox's.
You hear like really noisy. It sounds like a horse neighing. You hear horses kind of neigh or kind of
Oh,
the sounds they make when they're annoyed outside the window a bit. And there's a thump against the window.
I drag myself to my feet, unshoulder my shield, and get ready my pick, and sort of prop myself up in the corner and say, "At least I'll go out standing."
Thump.
Can I see anything from that room that the zombie lady burst out from?
You want to go to the window or something and look out? Let me see. Oh, that's along the same
No,
road.
no. I'm wondering if I can see into the room that she came
Into the
from.
room. What do you see? Gotcha. It's the family's music room. You can see a harpsichord. Yeah, you can see a harpsichord in there. You can see blood and smears coming from the chimney. It looks like the woman crawled out of the chimney. And that's why she was all smashed up like she was. She must have been smashed up into there. You see a few small statues that look like they're of some value sitting on the kind of mantelpiece of the fireplace.
Okay, but there's no further threats in there
Not in there, no, but you're hearing noises from outside the windows.
outside the windows. And the room behind me that Finch was about to open, I'd like to open that door with the lantern and the pistol.
Right, when you go up and push that door open, you're looking into Foxlow's office. The main feature of the room is his desk. You can see it's got lots of papers and stuff sitting on top of the desk. You can see bookshelves in here standing against the walls. They are filled with various ledgers and manifests and things of that sort, records, etc. There's a large safe against the south wall.
I might add that I'm running up the stairs towards that direction now.
Stop metagaming, Troy.
Munson would enter in and set the lantern down on the desk and start pouring through the paperwork and the book.
There's also on the floor near the south wall a smashed clock missing most of its workings and its face.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be looking through the books for any blasphemous tomes, look through any papers, maybe looking for a journal, and anything that might point to what in the hell's going on here.
The books or the door? You're looking at the bookshelves, yeah?
Yeah, I'm in the office at this point.
Yeah. Okay, no, I didn't know if you were looking at the bookshelves or the desk itself. So.
Yeah, books first.
Yeah, like I said, you're searching through probably several rounds going through the bookshelves, but it's all just accounting ledgers, shipping manifests, and things like that. Basically, a full history of pretty much everything that he's been trading in over the years, but you don't see anything nefarious, no spell books, nothing of that sort.
Okay.
You can see that he's been, obviously he's been collecting valuable items from all over the place, countries all around the world, very exotic locations and such. Yep. Downstairs. Sorry for a second, just because you've been up there searching around for a few rounds. What are you guys doing downstairs? Nick, you've got your guns reloaded.
I'll reiterate, Finch was going up the stairs looking for the healer.
Oh, were you? Okay, I thought you were just metagaming because I said safe.
No, I really was after
Yeah, no, he said he was
Yeah, I told him to go find Munson.
Sorry about that. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, you can walk in then and help him. You see him searching amongst the bookshelves. Do you want to help him look amongst bookshelves? Do you want to check out the papers on the desk? Do you want to have a look at the safe or the smashed clock?
Or do you want to get him downstairs to heal me? Like you're supposed to?
You're muted, Troy.
Immediately, task at hand, I'm going to say to Munson that he's needed downstairs. That the brute, the English brute, the fucker that beat the shit out of that lad in the bar needs your assistance immediately.
Well, has he passed on? Does he need his last rites?
Not last rites, but there's some inclination that you might be able to help him get on his way there.
I can do no such blasphemous thing.
Well, I was called to come get you, sir. That's all I can ask. I was asked to come get you, and that's what I'm doing. But it seems like you found something here. And I start to cycle through the papers until I see the clock. The clock immediately draws my attention. I'm gauging its value to see if it has any monetary value.
Oh, no, it's smashed to shit. Although, roll D20 for me.
Alright, not the D12. That might turn terrible in my favor. Alright, no modifiers, just a straight 11.
Okay, and what's your wisdom?
Wisdom. My wisdom is 14, so +1.
Oh, yeah, no. You rolled 11 under 14, so that's a success. You're like, you saw a bunch of clockworks on that dead baby, that dead infant downstairs.
After I went down to investigate those.
Yeah, when you went down to those guys, that you saw that baby down there on the floor.
Fucking dead baby with a clock.
And this clock is missing all the right pieces.
The pieces that were in the baby. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so...
And you're hearing, like, there's things banging on the windows and stuff from outside now. They're banging on the window that goes to the room that the rest of the party is in at the moment.
I heard that before I left.
Mm-hmm.
I know those gadgets, those gears are in that baby, and I see this clock.
What?
But and I know my friend is injured. I see that safe. Munson.
It's a big, heavy-ass safe. It looks like it weighs 2,000 pounds or more.
The safe isn't going anywhere. These papers aren't going anywhere. Our friends are in dire need. Come with me, Munson.
Work on the safe, Finch. Open that safe by the time we get back. I'll retrieve the rest of our fellows.
I start moving towards the door, and you see me look back at you. It's like, you're wiser than I. You're wiser than I. And I.
All right, this has gone on long enough. The window that leads into the storage room where you guys are shatters. And you see, looks like a man with a horse's head coming through the window into the room.
I fire my pistol.
Comes through the room, falls onto the floor, and starts to rise up. And you realize it's a man's body, and this horse's head is sewn on top of it. Roll to hit. What's Nick doing?
Kill that Bizarro Sator.
Ooh, it's low though. Got an 8.
Bam, you miss.
Fire at it.
Roll your hit, Nick.
22. I don't know if a natural 20 means anything here, but I rolled a natural 20.
You know what? I haven't used this in a while. I'm going to pull up my critical hit shit. I haven't used this, I think, since our first session or second session, Andrew.
Oh, yeah, it's grand when you get a crit.
Can be. I think it's this one here. I got this little weird lamentation critical hits chart. Okay, I need a D30. You don't have a D30, do you, Dennis?
No.
I'll roll for you.
Cool.
Your attack actually misses, and your foe gets a free immediate attack, but you get a +1 wisdom. So add 1 to your wisdom score permanently. And since you missed, the thing lunges forward and attacks you. And misses as well. So it leaps at you, its horse's mouth biting at you, teeth chomping, but you sidestep the
And
attack.
now, feeling much wiser, I decide to leave. No, I'm just kidding.
Do I get to attack?
You do. I was just going to say, you also get an action.
20, not a natural 20, but 20.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
Do I get to add my strength bonus?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
9.
melee attack with your pick, yeah.
9.
Oh, actually, in Lamentations, you don't get the strength bonus to damage, do you? You only get it to hit, don't you, Anthony?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's no bonuses to damage.
Yeah, you're right. There's no bonus damage, but so would you get an 8?
7.
7?
7.
7 is still going to be enough to kill it. So, bam, you go up with your pick and just whack it right in the head, and it like makes a horrible dying horse sound and it clumps to the ground, motionless. As you hear another thumping against the window, and you can see actually the man's body who you saw pinned under the horse before. He's like hanging through the window, trying to pull himself in. You see him dragging this huge horse body, which is like sewn to his crotch, and the window frame is starting to break and crack as he's pulling himself into the room.
I'm gonna leg it.
This is around the time that you're heading down back into the room. Munson, you were going down into the room. Munson, you're arriving at about this point.
By the way, I'm yelling at Redemption. Light work duty. Dead man can't get paid.
Yeah, I'm just legging it out of there.
You're getting out of there? Okay, you run out of the room. You
What's
guys,
this about healing? I carry no herbs, no poultices, no bandages. Make a tourniquet and move on.
What fucking good are you?
Clement, Nick, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna yell, "Fuck you and the horse you rode in on," and run towards the window and try to bludgeon him.
Roll the hit.
Fuck, 8.
8? Okay, you thump it at it, but you're not doing any damage to it. Nick.
Nick's going to holster his pistol and draw his sword and charge forward.
Nice. What kind of sword is it?
A longsword.
Nice. Roll the hit.
So that would be +3, so 21.
Yeah, damage.
It's also a D8. There's my D8. There. So 6 points of damage.
Okay, you damage it. It's still coming in. Okay, so that's everybody's head action. Munson, did you want to do anything besides talking to...
No.
Okay.
I don't want to fire into this mess.
So at
Can
this
I-
point...
Can I have a turn or what?
Yeah, you're working on the safe, right?
I would like to work on the safe. Yeah, you see me
Okay.
like
Roll
trying
a
to
D6.
manipulate a D6
Mm-hmm.
against my tinkering.
Mm-hmm.
I got to roll under.
Yeah, what'd you roll?
I roll 6, so that's probably not good.
Nope. You're trying to
Okay.
figure it out, and
You
there's
see
3
my-
dials on it.
And I got my fucking mindset on this clock and this fucking dead baby downstairs with the clock bits coming out of his belly, and my mind just cannot focus on the 3 digits that I need to come up with.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no problem. So this weird, sick kind of centaur almost like thing attacks Nick, who's there. It's going to be, is it 11? Yeah, it's 11. I take it that's going to miss, right, Nick?
Yeah, my 14's my AC.
Yeah, it misses. So, yeah, we'll just go. I'm not going to worry about initiative here at the moment, so I'll just go. Clement, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna attack again.
Okay.
Smash it. 9.
Okay, you're whacking at it, but you're not doing any damage to it. Munson, anything you want to do?
No, while Clement's like going in for his swing, Munson's like, Finch is upstairs opening a safe, and I found plenty of baubles on the first floor, and that just kind of distracts him enough to be ineffectual with his hit.
Okay.
I say, "Found what?" as I smack the wall.
Caius, what's Ironside doing? You ran out of the room. You running
I'll
upstairs, or what?
No, I'll head back to the baby with the
Cool.
clockwork on it,
Mm-hmm.
and pick up what's left of the baby with the clock, and head upstairs
Okay. Take it upstairs.
to the clockmaker.
Interesting. Clement and Nick, since you're both right there, You notice this thing's eyes lock on him as he picks up the baby, and it watches him go out the room, and it tries even harder now to pull itself through the window, and the window cracks a bit more, and it's got the horse's body halfway through. Nick, what are you going to do?
Redemption, what are you doing, buddy?
So, seeing
This
it,
is the cause of the trouble.
as attention turning to follow the baby,
Yeah, it
he
seems like it's
turns to
trying
the
to
side, brings his sword up, and attempt to bring it down and to remove the head from.
roll to hit.
17.
Okay, damage. Actually, it only had 1 hit point left, so you're going to finish it.
8.
So you kill it, and you've now got this dead, like centaur-like almost thing. This horse's abdomen sewn to this guy's crotch, like jamming up the window there, and it dies. Where were you going with that baby?
Paris. This is Paris. Let the Frenchies deal with it.
So you get upstairs and you head for the front door?
No, I'll head upstairs and find Finch.
Okay, yeah, he's in the office, just around the corner from the stairs. It's actually kind of.
What in God's name are you doing? As he's passing me on the
Here
stairs.
again, just as a reminder, there you go. There's your ground floor. So he's in the office. The stairs there beside the office, sorry, is where you just came from. Okay. You guys are down there on the lower level. So the only bit of the lower level you've really explored so far has been the storage area. You haven't checked out any of these other rooms, although the woman with the baby hanging out of her came out of the servants' chambers over there. And actually, yeah, the woman with the parasite on her back thing came out of the kitchen, so that door's open too. Okay. So you get to the room, you see Finch is working on his thing. He hasn't got a fucking clue. He's like trying to figure it out, and he just looks distracted. Like he keeps turning the thing, and then you realize he's not even paying attention as he's turning it. And then he goes, "Oh wait, what am I doing?" And he starts turning it again. There's 3 dials on the safe. So I'm just going to actually make things simple, go left to right. So while this is going on, Clement, what are you doing?
I'm going to turn to Nick and say, what the actual fuck? What is going on here?
You're the one that got us into this.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get us out. Let's fucking go for that safe. We hit big enough, we can just clear out.
You start moving back up the stairs?
Yeah, I think that would be my plan.
Okay. Munson?
As I see Clement and possibly Nick move towards the stairs, I haven't really descended them yet, so I'll go back up, grabbing my pole and lantern on the way into the office.
I'm sorry, you said there's areas that we hadn't looked at yet down here?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's several more rooms down here.
I'll wait for a minute for the others to go up and listen to see if I can hear any more sounds coming from down here.
Down here, there is a cesspit drain, there's a privy, there's stairs down to a cellar, there's the servants' chambers, the kitchen. Attached to the kitchen, there's a pantry and a store, and there's also the wash house.
Once the others have moved up, do I hear any more noises from down here?
Upstairs? Or just from down here? No, you don't hear any more noises down here, no.
Okay. Then I'll follow the others up.
Okay, you guys hear something coming down the stairs, actually. And I'm going to tell you in 2 seconds what it is.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm coming up last.
It's a woman's body missing its head. Her chest looks like it was opened up and then sewn shut again, and it's unnaturally bloated and weird looking. All of her fingers have been split up the middle, so it's like she has 8 fingers instead of 4 on each hand, but it's actually just the fingers have been cut in half. It's split up, And she's coming down the stairs, and just rounding the corner and going towards the office as you guys come up the stairs, Clement and Munson, and you see she has her back to you. She just ignores you completely. She's got no head either. So it's possible she might not have noticed you.
And she's heading towards where they're at.
You
The
go
rest
around
of
the corner to where the office is. Yep.
To the safe. I shoot.
Oh yeah, your gun's still loaded, isn't it? Yep. Go ahead and roll to hit, Munson. I think you're the only one with a loaded gun at the moment.
I rolled a 10.
10, you miss. Bam! Gun goes off. Who's in the room there? It's Ironside and Finch. You both hear a gun go off from the hall, and you turn around as you see this woman, this dead woman with no head, as I described, sewn up body, all sickly, bloated, fingers cut in half up the middle, coming into the room, and she's going straight for Ironside.
Can I throw my dagger too, Ian?
Sure, roll to hit.
All right. I figure it's a long shot, but might as well throw something.
Why not?
5.
At least you don't hit Munson in the back.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let Finch and Ironside act.
So I hear Ironside thudding into the room. I look back. I'm like, "Why did you bring that Orr's baby here? I'm busy." And I go back to fucking on trying to open the safe once more.
Mm-hmm. And you hear a gunshot go off. Bam!
And I jump back again. I see him standing there with the dead baby of the clock bits in his hand. And it's got me quite shaken.
Hey, piss pants. Oi, piss pants. You know clocks. And I throw the baby at him.
Oh, Jesus.
And the baby bounces beside my side as I'm at the apparatus of the safe. And I look down once more at the bits of the clock coming out. And it dawns on me that the bits from the clock up on the mantle matches the bits that are in this baby. But it doesn't register what the reason is besides all the other chaos that's going on here. I was like, that matters little now. We need to get these riches and get out of here. That's what we're here for. We've been here long enough.
Okay, and the woman comes in the room then and will attack the closest person to her, which I guess will be Ironside. That's a 6, so she misses. Oh, she gets 2 attacks. Sorry. She'll try to bite you as well. That's a 13. Does the 13 hit you?
No.
No, it doesn't. That's right. Okay, cool. So she's just barely. She's like biting into your armor, but doesn't get through. Oh, did we just lose Caius?
If so, I'll make another attempt at the lock.
Okay, roll another d6.
Oh, tinkering again. Alright, I rolled 2 that time, and my tinkering is 2.
Okay, yeah, you're ticking along, and you think you're pretty sure the first number is 25.
I realize if I don't get this damn safe open soon, I'm gonna die in this fucking place. I'm gonna be turned into a chandelier or a fucking ticking time bomb baby. And I focus in and I listen for the ticks, for the things that I'm accustomed to, the machinery, the gears, the things that I've been working with since I was 12 and the apprentices of my father. This is all the same mechanisms. These are things I know, and I focus.
So, Nick, you hear the combat going on upstairs as you're turning back and getting ready to go up there.
So yeah, I'm going to run up there with my sword at the ready.
Okay.
And if I can, engage with the creature.
Let's say you get to it next turn, just because you got to get past Munson and Clement. So Clement, what are you doing?
I'm gonna run in and try to clobber it to save redemption, because I know how badly he's wounded.
Okay, roll to hit.
15.
15 will hit. Damage?
6 points of damage.
Okay, you clobber it pretty good. Still up, Munson?
I got a strength of 3. I'm not a fighter. I'm holding back at the door.
You can point Nick in the right direction as he walks past.
Yeah.
That's fair. Ironside.
I'll just try and take it down with my pick.
Okay, yep. Your trusty pick.
Just a second. Everything's running a bit slowly at the moment.
You have trouble with your dice or what?
Yeah. Can you roll for me?
Yep. What's your modifier? I rolled a 16. You're gonna hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit.
Okay, that's gonna take her out. How do you take her down?
Plus 4. Just the pick goes straight through her torso and buries in deep, and he carries on swinging her around and slams her against the wall, pins her against the wall with the pick sort of stuck into her, and her legs and arms scrabbling, sort of pinned to the wall.
And as you do, like her chest opens up again, the stitching comes out, and a bunch of bedding material comes out of her insides. Looks like somebody had filled her full of bedding. And she dies.
Bedding. I just want out of here now.
That was too close, Redemption.
There better be a lot of money.
Let me see, how many more of these
There better be a lot of money in here now.
What did you bring the baby up here for?
They're attacking the baby. I want it. I don't know.
Oh, there's only one more.
Like, how long would it take for a person to like notice the clock in the room?
You'll see it right away. You see the smashed up clock. And you hear the front door swings open with a loud thud. And
spinning around to see what the hell this is now.
Yeah, there's like, it's basically a man, but it looks like he's been chewed up and he's all like mangled up, and just kind of shuffling down the hall. What are you doing with the clock thing, Clement?
If I can put 2 and 2 together and figure out that those are the pieces that are missing, I'm going to try to restore it.
So you're going to take the clock out of the clock face out of the baby's body, or take the parts off the arms, legs? What are you going to do first?
I'm going to take the clock right out of the baby's body.
Okay. Any chance you're going to... What do you think is the likelihood that you're going to damage this clock face in the process?
I have a tinkering 5 out of 6, so I'm guessing I'm pretty deft at doing this stuff.
Okay. Roll.
I got 2 to 6, but I'm a damn clockmaker. I think we should just switch spots.
Roll a d6.
With a 2 out of 6, I think I can repair anything better than you.
Roll a d6 there, Andrew.
Yeah, I got a 3.
Okay, yeah, you remove it without damaging it. The body keeps shuffling down the hallway.
Munson,
what does everybody else do?
Retreats into the conservatory.
Munson moves into the conservatory?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you do once you're in the conservatory? Close the door? Probably.
Is there still a door, or I thought that the other lady burst through? Oh, she just like swung open.
Smashed it open, but I mean you can still close it and try to put it. Okay. You do see those 3 small statues too up there on the mantelpiece.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting by the door, like watching. Like I'm not really searching the room or anything. I'm trying to remain observant in case anything pops out at me.
What about Nick?
Hiding from the shambling horror coming down the hall.
Nick, what are you doing?
I'm going to have my weapon drawn, and I'm just going to take up a position to next to Ironside, kind of keep an eye on him.
Ironside, what are you going to do?
I'm keeping an eye on Nick because I don't trust him, foreigner, and I'll have my pick ready to attack anything that
Cool. Sorry, did you get? Is that a second success, Finch, or just the first one?
Oh, I didn't realize I needed to do multiples.
Oh yeah, your first roll got you the first number. It's 3-number combination.
Oh,
You
okay.
could roll again,
Well,
though. Still working at it.
yeah, definitely still working at it. I didn't roll a second one, but I will this turn. So under the tinker,
Mhm.
I roll a 2 again. My tinker's 2.
The second number is 1.
I didn't write down what the first number was.
Oh shit! You forgot the first number.
Is it relevant? I can just write down some random number.
Yeah.
It was relevant, but you are under a lot of duress. Go ahead and give me a wisdom roll real quick. Roll
Sure.
d20.
Oh God, I thought it was just one time go. I rolled a 3, and my
Okay.
wisdom is.
Oh yeah, the first number was
14.
25. Yeah, 25.
25, 1. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. What are you doing now, Clement?
Did I get to assemble the body back into the clock, or just take it out with the first one?
Yeah, you can start putting it in. I mean, it's pretty badly damaged. You don't know if you're ever going to be able to get this clock working. Well, you might, but it'd take a long time.
If it looks like it's something I can't,
Really
like,
quite frustrating. It's going to take a lot of delicate work, and it would probably
Alright.
take hours.
I'm going to abandon it then and assist Finch with the safe, because I know my way around a safe.
You just leave it there, laying there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So can I do like a tinkering roll?
You
for
can
the
move
actual
over to start doing the tinkering roll. The creature reaches the door to the office and will come into the office. This chewed up, like masticated bit of a man just kind of hobbling along on his legs.
I actually missed it there, Ian. Did you say I do the tinkering roll first, or he comes in as I'm trying to do
yeah, you
it?
can go ahead and roll.
Okay.
He comes in as you're doing it, but you can still make the tinkering roll.
Yep,
I
I
said
got 3 again. So that's a third.
Sir, I got 21, 1, 21, 25, 25, 1, sir. 25, 1.
Yeah, so my ear's up against it, and I'm moving the second dial. Like, I'm going to help you out, make this quick.
Oh, wow, I got the numbers all wrong. It's probably not significant. Oh, say it's not significant. So, yeah, the last number is 5, we'll say.
5. 5 clicks, 5.
And the door opens, and you see a whole bunch of coins. You see some gold bars. You see some jewelry. And the creature comes into the room. Anybody doing anything about that?
I'm going to slap Finch on the arm and say, load her up, and then turn around to attempt to assist with handling the creature.
Okay, well, you spent your turn working on the safe, so I'll just
But
see.
I don't have a bag, sir. I don't have a bag, sir.
Nick and Ironside, either you guys going to do anything, or? Monson, I know you're barricade. You've got yourself safely in the conservatory. Things not coming towards you.
Well, yeah, if it heads into the other room, then I'll feel a little bit more safe to take a little bit better of a look around the conservatory.
Okay. Yep. You see those 3 statues, those 3 nice statues. They're smallish, but you know.
And they're on the mantle above the fireplace.
They're not like man size. Yep.
Oh, what do they look like they're made of?
Oh, I don't know.
They're gonna shatter if I knock them down.
No, they're a type of stonework, but they're really intricate work.
I stay far away and I just kind of slide them off of the mantle with the bowl.
Okay. Thump, hits the floor, dents the floor. Thump. Thump.
All right, yeah, I'll gather those up.
Okay. They're worth 250 silver pieces each. You got 3 of them. Back into the room with the safe and the creature. Nobody's doing anything but the creature, so the creature's going to attack somebody. I'm going to roll randomly to determine. There's 4 of you in that room. It's attacking the sartorialist. So it goes for a rending attack. That's a 10 and misses. And its head will flop around on some loose tendril and try to bite you. And that is a 20. So that will hit you for 5 points of damage.
So at this
And-
point, Nick would bring up his blade and attempt to close on the creature for an attack.
Okay, Nick, you can go ahead and make an attack.
And I'll join him.
And my butt of my rifle.
18.
18's going to hit. What's your damage?
7.
7. Oh, that'll drop it. So you just smash him into pieces. You pretty easily knock the head off of whatever was holding it together and just kind of smash it up until he's dead.
Fuck, I'm gonna start reloading my gun. I don't know why I'm using this as a club. I'm reloading.
And then all of a sudden you hear a tick, 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 and the clock starts to move again as normal, not moving backwards or anything. It just starts to function normally again.
The clock that's in the baby.
Yeah, that was in the baby. He took it out of the baby. Tried to put it back together, but
Well, Finch is looking at all these riches.
Right.
Something he's
In the
dreamed
safe.
of. Yep.
in the safe you have. Somebody want to write this stuff down.
I'll write it down, sure.
And upon noticing it, Nick will toss his backpack over to Finch. So I can start loading it up.
Oh yeah, we got 3 statues times 250 silver pieces each. That's what the father found. Did you
Okay.
guys find- Oh, you just got some bits of silver pieces. So I would say you got about 12 silver pieces worth of silverware.
750 plus 12, okay.
We got
Okay.
sabers too. 2 sabers in the portrait.
Yep, no problem. So the safe holds 1,500 copper pieces,
Whoa, in the money. Alright,
1,925 silver pieces,
got it.
633 gold pieces,
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit.
10 gold bars, which are worth 1,000 silver each,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
and about 5,000 silver pieces worth of jewelry.
Alright, time to go, fellas. These
Agreed.
horseman fucking baby grenades are not worth any more venturing. Though I've only seen a fraction of it, and I've seen enough. I see these riches before me.
Yeah.
Nick throws me his backpack, and I get to scurryingly putting all this stuff in there. I'm looking over my shoulder as this creature falls behind me. It falls over.
Nobody's concerned with what's on the desk.
Nope.
The ticking clock.
Load the
Once we-
firearms, lads.
Once we've got the once we've emptied the safe, I'm putting the clock in the safe and closing the safe.
Okay, and they're all loading firearms. That's going to take several rounds. As you're doing so, you hear another, sounds like something falling down the stairs. And you hear a woman sobbing then afterwards.
I throw the backpack to Nick. Being now it's laden with gold and treasures, quite heavy. And
Yeah, I
as-
don't know if you could even carry that that backpack with all that money in it.
Yeah,
No,
we're
it probably wouldn't even fit in one backpack, right?
I'm not even sure. I think it might actually probably take you guys multiple trips to load all this stuff onto the cart. You might all, if you all work together, you might be able to
Ash the
figure that out.
window, back the cart up to it, but I'm not there, so.
Yeah, you guys probably, if you all go together, you could carry it out. But like one person isn't going to be lifting all that.
Fair enough. So we're laden down with this treasures as we drag it
This
through
is
the
a
door.
lot of treasure in there. Yeah.
For sure. Dragging it back to the main corridor with this noise.
Are you going to do that while they're reloading their guns? Are you? Because you hear this noise before they've got their guns fully reloaded.
I'm not giving up on this clock thing yet. That thing has got my interest. So as these guys are loading their guns, and one of them throws the clock to put into the safe, as I'm about to, it hands it to me to put into the safe. I'm inspecting it. I'm trying to decipher what its interworkings are, what is its relevance. first as a clock and as some device that might be fucking the cause of all this craziness.
Okay, I'll give you a few rounds of that. You realize, okay, it's just a regular working clock face. It's got its own mechanics built into the clock face that, it's actually still functioning. It's kind of strange that it ran backwards and stopped. And you think, the more you're thinking about it, you realize once the baby was, well, no, you weren't there. Sorry. No,
I did see the dead baby with the interworkings of the clock when I went downstairs to retrieve.
You think there's something strange about it, but you don't know what. You're not really sure, like why it stopped working and now it's working again. It's very bizarre. It's unnatural. Not sure why.
Is there a window in this room?
Oh yeah, there is. There are 2 windows along the northern wall, and then there's little kind of. What are those exactly? Those are little storerooms. Let me just double check, which also have rooms or windows going off on the west wall. What are those little tiny rooms? They're little storage or closets or something like that, I guess. Closets have windows though?
There's still a functional door to this room too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's a functioning door to this room.
Does it have a lock? I'm guessing because it's an office.
Yeah, it probably does.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and shut the door and use my tinkering to lock it.
As you do so, you come face to face with this fetus that's like half crawling, half walking through the door. It's got a long trail of viscera dragging behind it that still seems to be attached to its navel. It's very it's definitely not naturally alive anyway, this fetus, as it looks at you.
How slow is it moving?
It's not very fast. It's about a quarter normal human speed. But
if I could turn around and run.
Run what? Past it?
No, run away from it.
Oh, back into the office?
As far as I can.
That's fine. I'm going to need, let's see, 20 feet. How much is that? It's pretty much the entire office. So, as you're doing so, it delivers a psychic blast into the room.
Ooh.
This delivers mental images of its pre-birth existence to all of you. And you're momentarily one with the guff. You can experience the joy and tranquility of being in the company of those yet to be born. And you gain the knowledge that the simple act of being born destroys this perfect bliss. Every single miscarriage is a willful act of a soul against the will of God, raging against his perfect plan in order to avoid the cruelty of ever being alive. Those that exist physically are those too weak or stupid or naive to prevent their own births. Heaven, or nirvana if you will, is simply a concept remembered from before birth, not something to be attained after death. And this knowledge, as you're all just blasted with it, even if you consciously reject it, it still ravages your subconscious and your spiritual self. So you'll all need to make a saving throw against whatever your worst saving throw category is.
It's both awesome and fucked up at the same time.
This is so
Oh,
I fucking made it.
lamentations of the
We gotta roll over or under here.
over.
You can tie and make it, right? A tie's a make?
Yeah.
Fuck
I
yes,
failed.
I make it.
I failed miserably. As I think about my fat, fucking disgusting, hateful wife back home, all these images flood my head.
Nick, at first, is visibly shaken by this, but his faith, a deep part burned into him, whipped into him, rejects it, and he manages to make his save.
Okay. How about Munson and Ironside?
In a different room.
Oh, you are. You're right, Munson. You're safe. Lucky you. You probably hear some shit, but you're not sure what the hell's going on out there.
And Ironside just screams, "I wish I'd never been born!"
Okay. Ironside, which of your ability scores do you want to take the hit to? Which of your attributes?
I'll take it to, let's just have a quick look. Dexterity.
Dexterity. Ooh, your dexterity is permanently reduced by 2.
Okay.
Which attribute do you want to lose points on, Finch?
I'll say strength, or sorry, no, let's go intelligence because it's already my lowest.
Your intelligence is permanently reduced by 4.
What? Okay.
You lose 4 points of intelligence permanently.
So it goes into a 9. I don't know what that negative is, but probably -1, I'm guessing. I'll adjust it later.
Mm-hmm.
9 is actually even.
9 is 0.
What was it? 0?
Mm-hmm.
At 9? Okay.
Yeah, I forgot
thanks.
you had the like, booyah
Just
stat.
don't lose anymore.
And the baby
I went with-
continues, like, kind of half crawling and half kind of walking into the room. And you hear the sobs of the woman grow stronger as you see, as it comes in, and it's dragging behind it its mother, who's still attached to it. You know. If you just
Can I
want
get a
to,
back?
if you want to just see that on the bottom there. There you go.
I'm not sure I want to see it.
Lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. So it comes on into the room.
We get a chance to engage.
Can I get out the window of the?
What? Yeah. What are you trying to do?
Basically, Nick is going to yell out, "I commend your spirit to the Lord," and then charge forward and try to.
Roll a saving throw versus magic.
Magic. I made it by 2.
Okay. So at first you momentarily feel like you can't do any harm to this thing, and then you overcome it. And go ahead and roll your attack. You're attacking the baby, yeah?
Yes.
Make your attack.
I got a 20.
Natural 20.
Yep. So it'd be like a 23 minus forward.
Okay. So roll your damage. And I'll roll d30 to see what your crit effect is.
3 points of damage.
Okay. You will heal at twice your normal rate, and healing spells will have maximum effect until you're fully healed, at which point this benefit will end. And what was your damage?
3.
3. Okay. So you cut it pretty bad, and it kind of like yowls in pain, almost like makes like a cat if you stepped on its tail kind of sound. And then ropey tendrils and bits shoot out of the mother's vagina that it's dragging behind it and attempt to ensnare all of you. So you're all getting wrapped up with these weird, like, cords that shoot out of her. So you have to make saving throws versus poison, please. Paralyzation. Did I say poison? I'm not paralyzation.
I'm paralyzed.
Okay, so the cord wraps around your throat and starts to strangle you, and you take 1 point of damage, Clement.
So we're rolling over again?
Yeah.
I made it by 4.
What's that, Dennis?
I made it by 4.
Okay. Troy, you take 1 point of damage too as you're being strangled by this umbilical-like cord thing. How did you do, Ironside?
Ironside is killed by a vagina.
You take 1 point of damage as well as you're being strangled.
Ironside goes down.
You're at 0 hit points, so you're unconscious. You can hear these sounds once on the other side of your barred door.
I'm trying to exit out the window of the.
Okay. Yeah, you can smash out a window and exit.
Yeah, I want to make my way around to the front of the house where I ditched the bag with the statues.
You're actually like right by the front of the house. The window.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the bag with the statues by the stoop and try to get the oxen cart.
Okay, you're heading for the ox and start bringing it this way. Grand. Back in the room, Let me see here. How long does this thing hold you for? Oh, it holds you until you destroy the strands. Okay, cool. Clement,
Yo.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot that fucking baby with my arquebus.
Okay, roll to hit.
21.
That will hit. Damage.
6 points of damage.
Bam! You paste that baby. It explodes in gore all over its mother, who's still like sobbing and weeping in pain.
Destroy her! And I'm yelling it.
The ropey things let go of all of you then. We'll go to Ironside is unconscious, actually. He's not losing any blood, though, so he's just unconscious. Nick, what do you want to do?
The baby's dead, but the woman's still in existence.
Yeah, she is still alive, although you see blood just freely flowing from the cord now that the child is no longer there. There's just blood pumping. It must be coming from her through the cord.
Well, I'm gonna try to end her, remove her head in a swift blow.
Okay.
18, 21 total.
Now you don't have to roll to hit. She's not going to resist. She wants to die anyway. Yep, you kill her.
Immediately, I fucking lock the door.
Okay. You're going to swing the door shut and start locking it. Roll a tinkering.
Nope, I failed.
Oh, you break your pick off in the lock, and the door can no longer be locked.
I will turn to Nick and say, push something in front of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately start looking for like a heavy desk, bookcases, just stuff to
Bookshelf,
start.
yeah.
Yep.
Or the desk. The desk is there. You can push the desk right up against it.
Yep. Just start piling stuff in front of it.
Some papers fly off the desk as you're pushing it up. You see, they look like deeds.
Oh, I'll grab those.
Oh yeah, there's shares from the various companies. Like I said, the East India Trade Company, the Levant, and the what was the other company? It was the Virginia Company or something like that, or what was it called?
Yeah, Virginia Company.
Yeah. There's shares in the company. There's a deed to the house and some other various property deeds and holdings.
So yeah, I'll roll them up and shove them into a pocket for now.
I turn around and look at Finch and say, do any of you guys have rope?
No, sir. No, sir. No rope. No backpack.
He's just rolling up all these papers and shoving them in his pockets.
You might notice that the Ironside has
Nick
some
does
rope
have
attached
rope
to his backpack.
Ironside has what?
Rope attached to his backpack.
Oh, okay.
What does it take to stabilize Ironside? What kind of role would
He's
that
stable.
be? He's stable?
Nick also has rope.
Okay, so I start to formulate a plan. Let's hoist the treasure down out the window and go down that way and make it for the cart.
You guys are still on the ground floor.
Oh, so we can go right out the window.
Yeah, you guys are still on the ground floor.
There's 2 more floors above us, which we haven't even ventured in yet. But I'm good to leave. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Clement. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's just fucking go out the window then.
What are you doing with the cart there, Munson?
I was bringing it around to their window.
Oh, were you? Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm pedaling.
Cool. Yep, you guys will be able to load all the treasure into that.
So yeah, you would hear like a knock on the window as you're going up to it, like just like wood hitting the window.
I'll do the sign of the cross and say, I've never been happier to see you, Munson.
You hear the sound of breaking glass, and you feel glass raining down on you, Munson. And you look up, and you see this thing falling down at you.
Oh crap.
Looks like that.
Oh.
God.
Okay. You're gonna get a quick glimpse of it, but I'll just give you the description anyway, as it falls on you. It's a woman about 74 years old. She's been transformed into a visit of pure horror. She's completely nude. Her gouged out eyes have been placed where her gouged out nipples used to be. She's carrying in one hand what will one day be called pinking shears, and she has a threading needle in the other hand. She has a dead sign carved into her belly, and since she has no pockets, not wearing clothes, she's using her vagina to carry her various torturing implements, including knitting needles, a cooking knife, and other various knickknacks. And I'll make an attack roll actually to see if she lands on you or not. That's going to be a 21.
Yeah,
So that's going to hit you. Oh yeah, actually, everybody pick a lucky number between 1 and 8, please.
8.
1.
8 is
Seven.
your lucky number, Caius. 1 for Andrew.
6 for Nick.
6 for Dennis. 5, is that what you said, Troy?
Yes, 5.
And a 7, Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see what she gets to hit you. A 3. You take 3 points of damage from the shears. And she says, she lands kind of roughly on the ground. Actually, I'll roll some damage to her for the fall, but she stands right back up. She's going to take 2 points damage from that. And what does she say? There's something in here that she says to you. What the fuck is it? Ah, here we go. She stands up again and she looks right at you, Munson. She says, I see you, you man, just like my son, unable to control himself. Now look what he's done. Come here. I'll remove the evil in you. Snip, snip.
He holds his holy symbol up, and he's just like, you see nothing in me that you saw in your son, monster.
She's not deterred.
Yeah.
Unless you could cast some kind of spell or something, but no, she's she's
Actually,
totally,
can I
you
see?
guys
Can I
can see this through the
see
window.
her,
Is she by chance behind the cart, Ian?
No, she's beside the cart and right in front of Munson.
Damn, I was gonna say
She's essentially
try to get the ox to
Munson.
back up over her.
If I can, I draw my pistol and take a shot at her.
You still have a loaded pistol, yeah? Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
one left.
I
Yeah.
have a loaded pistol too. I want to shoot at her.
You guys can roll shots through the window. Caius is still unconscious. Sorry, Ironside's unconscious. And what's Finch doing? You see all this happening. Finch is doing nothing. I think he's away from the keyboard. He's
I got,
paralyzed with fear.
17 on my to hit.
17 hits.
I got an 11.
11 misses.
5 points of damage.
Okay. Let's see how that worked. Okay, got it. I had to figure out how many hit points she had for a second there. Okay, and yeah, we'll just say that Finch is paralyzed with fear. And so it's going to be her turn. She will attack Father Munson again, since he's the only one outside with her at the moment. It's going to be a 17.
That'll hit.
That's a 1 point of damage only.
Okay.
She goes, oh, don't be coy. Come here. I'll make you better. I can fix you.
Run away.
Your turn to run away?
Well, I have back to run away, but yeah, I'm headed back to around towards the front door of the house.
Okay. She'll pursue you. Do you have attacks of opportunity in Lamentations?
I think there's something if I don't.
I think so too. She's going to get an attack at you as you're trying to get away from her. It's a 26.
Oh, that'll hit me.
That's going to do 2 points of damage.
And that brings me down.
Oh, he drops down. And she starts to bend over his body with the shears and the threading needle.
Can I
Wow.
get out the window?
Yeah, you can go out the window. What are you going to do?
I'm going to charge, even though I have some doubt as to the veracity of this father. My instincts won't allow me to stand idly by as I have been trained from birth for this, and I will charge, trying to attack the creature with
Roll
my
to hit.
blade. 3, that would be 18.
18. That's going to hit. Damage.
4 points.
Okay. Got it. What about, okay, Finch has come out of his state of fear. Finch, you see the cleric has gone, or sorry, the father has gone down. The woman with the shears and the needle is bending over him, looking like she's about to do some surgery on him. Nick jumps through the window and runs up and hits her with his sword. What do you want to do, Finch?
So the cart is still there with the oxen is still ready to run away.
Mm-hmm. But it's an ox. It's not going to run.
Fair enough. And we're all laden down with our treasures,
Mm-hmm.
whatever they may be.
Well, you've got most of the
Yeah.
treasure. You got most of the treasure loaded onto the cart.
We need to get Redemption out because he's unconscious.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about him particularly. Not.
I look at you and say, "You fucking coward!"
I'm.
Like, would we leave you there?
I don't know. I don't know you, sir. I don't know you, sir. And I start
You're a greedy
crawling.
charlatan. I'll see you expelled from the order.
I start crawling, and as you say that, as I'm about to crawl through the window, and you say, "I'll see you expelled from the order," you see me look back over my shoulder, look back towards the cart, and then I turn sheepishly and step back into the room and start walking towards the fallen comrade.
You're making the right decision, Polly. We'll get out of here alive. Just stick together.
You see me drape his arm over my shoulder, and with all of my might and strength, I'm barely able to lift his upper torso an inch from the floor. I'm like,
I'll fucking assist you.
Okay, so it's back to the creature's turn then. She will, instead of doing operation on Munson, since Nick is right there attacking her, she will turn to you, Nick, and snip, snip. That's a 15.
Yeah, I believe that hits. Yeah, I'm a 14.
Yeah, okay. What was your lucky number?
Yeah, 6.
I rolled a 2. You take 2 points of damage from the shears.
Okay.
What's what?
I was asking because I see on the sheet, I don't know, is the option to parry? How does that work?
Yeah, as a fighter, you can do a parry action. I think it actually says on the description right there what parry does.
It adds 4 to your AC, but you
Right.
get no attack.
Right. There you go. So it's the next round. I'll let you go first, Nick, since you're in melee combat with her.
Okay. So if I get low, I may have to do that, but for now I want to keep attacking. So that one is 19.
That's going to hit. Give me some damage.
Come on, big damage. 2. Not very big damage.
Okay. And Andrew, what is the sartorialist doing now?
I'm
You wasted the last turn just arguing with Finch.
well, I'm assisting him to carry the body.
Okay, you're moving Ironside. Okay, you guys get him into the cart this round.
Can I like click at the ox and try to get him moving?
Sure, he starts to walk away from the house.
Yeah, I will be roping him around to bring him back. Like I'm not fleeing. I'm gonna like do a Yui.
Oh, you go out the window and go with him, yeah?
Yeah, well, I'm on the cart with the ox, but I mean the ox. I'm turning back to come to get Nick. I'm not like running.
Gotcha. What about you, Finch? You doing anything else then? Get into the cart, I imagine, with him.
Yeah, for sure. I dragged the body of the fallen comrade onto the cart. And I see him double back towards Nick, and I don't really have any animal handling at all. So I'm just like sitting up in the front, just waiting for him to come back to like get this Hoxton to move forward because I am clueless. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
sitting
action's moving. You can see the father is on the ground. Above him, you see Nick fighting with the grandmother.
Oh,
Now,
so the
Wait,
father is following.
there's some confusion here. Like I'm on the cart driving the oxen,
Yeah.
but I'm turning him around to go towards Nick.
Because yeah, Nick is fighting as well on top of the cart, or no? He's off of the cart fighting the creature.
Right, I'm on the
No,
ground.
Nick is
fighting
off the
with
cart
this
fighting with the woman. Yeah.
Gotcha,
you
but the father is off the cart as well and unconscious.
Yeah, he's on the ground in the mud.
And Clement is
Still
speeding up,
running.
and Clement is speeding to save him by ox cart. Have I got that right?
That's right.
That is correct.
Well, the
All
ox
right,
is so close. I mean, you could practically reach out and whack her anyway from the cart.
All right, so as he is driving the cart and it's not my responsibility, I will instead go back and assist Nick in fighting off this creature that is attacking and just following the.
I was wondering if you
the
guys were going to
priest.
waste the second round without doing any attacks with this thing while poor Nick valiantly tries to hold it off all on his own. Go ahead.
No, I will attack with my rapier. I pull my rapier for the first time, and you see
Roll.
this beautiful, intricate sword that I obviously pawned off some clock for some years prior, and I thrust forward into this creature. I think it's my first attack.
Oh, dice on the floor, automatic fumble.
On the floor, yeah. I have a critical 1 when I picked it up and rolled it.
Oh,
So,
did you really?
yes.
I was going to say dice on the floor is an automatic fumble anyway, but
Well, I rolled the 1.
so karma came around. Let me tell you what happens when you roll a 1. You don't have
Just let me
D30, or
drive.
D30 for you.
Let me drive the cart.
Just don't knock out Clement.
Oh, your party may not take any offensive actions next round.
Sorry, Nick. So as I lunge forward in front of Nick, trying to assist him
Distract
with attacking
everyone.
this creature, I fucking like totally put myself in front of his attack arc, putting myself in jeopardy.
So a 15 again, that's going to hit you again there, Nick.
Okay.
What's your lucky number? 6?
Yep.
Oh, I rolled a 6. So she takes the scissors. She cuts his fucking dick off right through his pants. She grabs it and, like, in super speed, she sews it to his forehead.
That doesn't sound very lucky.
Whose dick? Whose forehead? Sorry, I missed that.
Nick's.
Nick.
She just sewed his manhood to his own forehead.
What?
Yeah. And then it's the next round. So you can't take any offensive actions. What would you like to do, Clement?
We can't take an offensive action, but can I make the ox try to run her over?
Sure.
So
Why
I start to angle the ox at her, and I go, I start fucking whipping it with that reed I had in the back of the cart.
So it just kind of like walks into her and nudges up against her, and she'll sidestep it. Because it's not pulling a heavy laden cart, it's not moving very fast.
It's not gonna like gore or anything when it goes by
I
her.
might. Go ahead and I'll roll for it. Actually, let's see here. I rolled a natural 20. Wow. So, usually attacks against this foe are as if the foe were unarmored. Well, that's okay. It's unarmored anyway. And in the meantime, damage-wise, what's an ox's horn going to do? D6? Yeah. 6. I rolled max damage as well. Lucky you.
Did I also take 6 damage from that attack?
Yeah, you did take 6 damage from her cutting off your dick and sewing it to your forehead.
I think you should headbutt her next time.
Nick, do you have any action this round? You can't attack.
Then I don't. There's nothing I can do then.
You could parry.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
Increase
I would
your armor
use
class by 4 because she's going to get another attack this round.
Okay, yeah.
Finch,
My-
anything you want to do that's not attack oriented?
My understanding is the priest is also still on the ground, not on the cart, right? That needs to be
That's correct. He's on
retrieved.
the ground. Ooh, right. Oh, geez. Let's roll a 50% chance to see if you ran over him with the cart when you went.
Oh, Jesus.
I wasn't attempting that, Anthony. I was attempting to press
Can I run it?
you.
Can I roll it?
Sure. Are you rolling on dice stream, are you?
Yeah, and we'll do
Okay.
low. It's good. High, I hit him.
1 to 50, he's fine. 51 to 0, he takes 6 points, or D6 damage, sorry, from getting run over by the cart or the oxen.
33. Bam.
Okay.
Who's the
Just
ox
missed him.
master? Who's the ox master?
So Clement pulls up next to Nick, and you see a little boy fucking Finch jump out and start trying to lift this masked man that is the priest or the cleric, whatever he is, back into the cart.
What's your strength?
My strength, he is 13 at the moment.
Yeah, I'll say you can get him up. You can hoist him up into the cart.
So you see him, I'm like, my back is underneath his mass of his body, and I'm trying to like lift him up, like, and I get him up into the cart, and I fall down because I kind of tweak my lower back, and I'm like knees into the dirt. And I'm trying to crawl up over the side of the cart as Nick is standing over there with his dick on his head.
So Nick is there, Finch is there, Clement's there. I'm going to roll randomly to see who she attacks.
Don't forget the ox, too.
And I'm
True.
unconscious in the back.
True. I'll roll for the ox as well. Good call. The ox is 4. So Andrew's 1, 2 is Nick, 3 is Finch, and 4 is the 3. It's Finch. She goes at Finch with the shears. And she fumbles.
Nice. I'm trying to crawl up over the side of the cart, back into the cart as I dump the cleric back in.
And her shears snap as she goes at you, and she hits the ground, and they stick in the mud, and the shears like break in the middle, so they come into 2 pieces, and she screams in rage. And it's the next round. Clement, you can do offensive actions again.
Okay, I'm going to jump off with the arquebus and try to smash her.
Roll to hit.
16.
You got a 16. That's going to hit.
Yes, sir. 1 point of damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 1 point of damage. She's almost bloodied. Nick, you're next.
21 to hit.
21. It's going to hit. Damage.
Nice. 7.
Okay, 7 points. Now she's bloodied. And next is Finch.
So having crawled back into the cart, you see me like leaning over with my belly leaning against the cart, and I started thrusting forward with the rapier.
Roll to hit.
That's a good roll. I'm not gonna get a sneak attack bonus, so I
No.
only get. Okay, I got 12 to hit.
Okay, that hits. Damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's unarmored. She's armor class 12.
Just an old lady with dick to forehead capabilities. Well, fair enough. All right, I rolled a 6 points of piercing damage as I thrust forward with my rapier
Nice
into this old lady's head.
Die! Okay, she's hurt, but she gets to go again. And she attacks Finch.
All right, my armor class is 16.
I rolled a natural 20, though. How many hit points does Finch have?
I have 4 hit points at this point.
So how does she do this? Her shears are broken, so she can't snip you in any way like that. So
I'm leaning over with my rapier extended, and I just poked her for
right.
piercing damage.
So she takes her needle and she starts driving it into your arm repeatedly and moving like a blur. And all of a sudden, she has sewn your entire. Are you right-handed?
Sure, I'm right-handed.
She has sewn your right arm to your right leg, long ways, and you take 5 points of damage.
Right. So that means I'm dead or unconscious.
You're unconscious at -1.
Alright, so you see me slump over, my arm now also connected to my right arm that's attached to my leg.
And it's it's Clement.
Shit, she got fetch. And I'll take another swing. I miss.
Oh no. Okay, Nick.
How long does it take to come around in this game?
It's like a week.
Oh no.
Something like
It'll
that.
take you probably at least a day's rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 to hit?
Natural or?
No, total.
Okay. Damage.
Another 7?
7. Oh, she's hurt really bad. She's like on her last legs. She's still fighting, and she gets to go again. So she goes for the ox. Oh, somebody pick up what do you call it, a lucky number for the ox, please.
3.
Okay. How many hit points does an ox have? I wonder. How many hit dice do you think an ox has?
I have.
I'd say probably fighter hit dice, don't you think?
It's a pretty beefy animal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's roll a d8.
Do you think it's a single hit die?
What? Yeah. What's the minimum hit die for our minimum starting HP for fighter? That's probably what he'd have.
6.
6.
Okay. So she kills the ox. She drives her needle into his eye and drives it into his other eye repeatedly, and the ox collapses. And it's back to Clement.
Fuck! That was our getaway ox. And then I fucking try to bludgeon her again. Fuck! I missed 10.
Yeah, I'm doing terrible.
Okay. Nick. Uh-oh.
18 total.
That's going to hit damage.
Eight this time.
Okay. Let me just see what happens here as you finish her off. Okay. She dies. You see some strange eldritch greenish essence leave her body and floats back into the house.
And what happens to the physical form? It just drops to the ground.
Yeah, the physical form just lies there dead. You could loot the corpse if you want. She's got a kitchen knife in her vagina.
Well, basically, as he brings the blade up, slicing diagonally, finishing her off, his crotch, the leggings soaked with blood, his manhood dangling from his forehead, almost unconscious, barely hanging on with one hit point. He stumbles forward and collapses, falling on the father. Too weak to get himself up.
Okay.
Take it easy, Nick. I got this. And I'm gonna go try to get Lloyd's horse, basically, that he left outside.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna
Nick
be.
also has a mount that's at the stables too.
Yeah, I'll try to get both of those mounts.
Okay.
I do believe Lloyd sent his horse on his way.
Oh yeah, he did. His horse ran away.
So it'll be one horse.
So it's
Okay.
Yep.
So am I able to get him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring him back, and I'm gonna saddle this poor fucking horse up to the cart.
Okay.
And once everybody's on, I'm gonna try to fucking ride the horse to death, going back towards London.
Going back to the city?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. You guys will, you'll get away with it. The next day, the thieves arrive at the house. They run screaming from the house, from the scene. They reach, and they're so freaked out, they contact the authorities. Word gets out. Pegleg blows and gives you away. So the Crown puts out warrants on all of you who went into the house, except for, what was his name? Ephraim, because he's actually arrested since they found him in the basement in a catatonic state. He's taken off to a mental asylum.
Bedlam.
Warrants are put out for the remaining 5 of you, however. Everybody lived, right? Oh, Nick's got a dick. So,
Yeah.
you could try to get that fixed. You
Well,
are rich.
I probably couldn't. I don't know. How long did that? You said I had like double healing.
Oh yeah, you have double healing, so it's going to heal that way.
Okay.
But you could try to get a surgeon to detach it from your forehead and reattach it to where it belongs. You are filthy rich. Do you want to total up the treasure and see what you guys ended up with? Or you
Yeah, I'll try to do it.
Fuck yeah, I do. I want
I
to
mean,
see.
at the very minimum, I want it removed from my forehead, obviously.
Okay.
Now, I had 2 HP left. You had 1 HP left, Dennis?
Yep.
That's
Wow.
fucking cutting it close.
That's really close.
Yeah.
So the rest of us that were unconscious, the priest and myself, and
That's Ironside.
You'll regain consciousness
Ironside.
after a day or so.
alright, very good. I would not concede any of my treasure to Deckhead. I've also got my arm sold to my leg or something, some such.
Was anybody at negative hit points? You were at
I
negative
can li-
1, weren't you?
I was at -2, I believe. I think I had
That's it.
4. And you, yeah.
It'll take you a few days for you to regain consciousness, but yeah.
All right, so I'm happy to breathe the air and see the sun once more. And
Yeah.
I will also look to get myself on sewn, but I don't think my situation is as dire as Nick's.
Well, Clement's going to take care of everybody too. Like, I'm not going to abandon anybody. I'll make sure everyone recovers and gets their part of the.
Loot.
Yep, because it's a fair deal, right? That was significant work. That wasn't easy.
Does anybody
No,
want to
I
look
think
up?
not. Shooting babies, not easy work.
Anybody want to look up the conversion for money stuff for me real quick, and I'll figure that out in a minute. Nick, the surgery is successful. It removes the penis from your forehead, reattaches it to your crotch. Unfortunately, it doesn't function correctly ever again.
Man.
You can still. In fact, no, you can't even piss through it. Actually, you have to have essentially an
Catheter.
artificial, basically a catheter to urinate with.
You got a pee bag for the rest of your life.
Cool.
But
No, not
it's no
cool.
longer attached to your forehead.
Well, that's the only thing he really cared about. I mean, honestly, he had a
Changed
vow of
anyways.
chastity anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the
Iron
conversion.
copper equals 50 silver pieces equals 1 gold. Okay, so I want to translate this all to silver.
Yeah,
So that's
cool.
750 silver there. That's 12 silver there. 1,500 copper. Oh, I got to pull that back up. Jesus Christ, 56 messages. You guys were very prolific in the chat, weren't you? So 1,500 copper pieces is going to be another 150 gold pieces. Or silver pieces, I mean, sorry. 1,925 silver there. 633 gold pieces now equals, holy shit.
That's a hell of a lot.
I'm going to pull out the calculator for this.
What's the ratio?
Because everything works on
One
a silver
silver?
piece stand.
50.
1 silver or 50 silver is 1 gold?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's not a traditional transfer, but
It's
that's good.
31,650 silver.
You guys are going to be filthy fucking rich.
31,000. Yes,
Then
sir.
you also had 10,000 silver piece worth of gold bars. Another 5,000 silver worth of jewelry. The deeds, unfortunately, the deeds actually are. The house is worth 100,000 silver. The other various properties that you have deeds to there are worth a grand total of about 150,000 silver. And the shares in his 3 companies that he has shares in are worth 175,000 silver pieces.
It's just because we have the deeds, we can like claim it.
Unfortunately, they're all just
Because we're-
copies,
They're all
we're-
like,
so they're not originals.
Okay.
And we're
I'm
wanted by the law anyway, so we
You
won't
are
be able
wanted
to
by the
claim those.
crown.
Who's ever not in the order is now going to be forced in the order because we're going to need them for protection.
You're also going to need to leave London and probably never come back.
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm alright with that. I never liked England anyway. I can leave my wife. I like the Spanish ladies. Let's go south.
Oh no! I've got to live with garlic-breathed, effeminate child molesters. Fucking hell.
I'm going to pat Polly on the shoulder and be like, I didn't know you had it in you.
I don't know what I did, sir, but I'm happy I'm alive.
So we go up like it's
Hold on a second. So that's how many of you got away? 5 of you. I'm just divvying up the money. Hold on. Unfortunately, the painting that you took down isn't worth anything, really.
okay.
It's just a family portrait. It wasn't done by a famous painter or anything. If anything, if you try to sell it, you'll probably get yourself in trouble because they're looking for you as murderers of this guy and his family, and you have his portrait you're trying to sell. But let me do some math here to figure out if you guys divide this evenly between the 5 of you. You probably say, fuck that German guy, right? He got himself arrested anyway.
Oh yeah.
8,500.
You end up with 9,697 silver pieces each. Now, that would technically translate to 9,697 experience points, but the rules specifically state you can go up a level, but you can never go more than halfway to the next level after that. So I'm sure that's going to take you halfway to 3rd level, or halfway to 4th level now, Clement. It'll take the rest of you guys halfway to 3rd level. So you're all 2nd level.
2.5.
Halfway to 3rd level.
Ian,
Okay.
did I have any experience from the other adventure? I never played the 2nd game after that.
You probably did, but it wouldn't have been enough to level up. It wasn't enough
It
to
was
level
like
up.
200. It was like 200 XP.
So
Okay.
just put yourself halfway to level 3. It'd be good.
So Clement, at level 2, as a specialist, you get an additional 2 points to put somewhere.
Yep.
And that's it, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Cool,
Ephraim
man.
arrested in a mental institution in London. If you guys want to try to spring him in the future, you can, but you guys are major fugitives in the crown, against the crown. You'll definitely want to be getting out of London. You may want to consider getting out of England, period. But definitely out of London. And yeah, I think that's about it. Do you guys want to say anything as we close out? I'll go one by one. If you have any questions, you can ask me. If there's anything you want to know about the adventure, obviously there's a whole lot of places you didn't explore in the adventure, but that's okay. If you want to know how anything worked, or if you want to ask me any questions, go ahead now. So I'll go one by one. I'll let you go first, Troy.
Yeah, that was probably the weirdest of the Lamentations quest we've done. All the sexual and baby stuff was a bit over top and crazy. I don't really know how it all factors in yet. I might have to
use the word sexual and baby in the same sentence. There was the two never combined.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, it was a bit weird, but I enjoyed it immensely, and I definitely have to go back and see what the meta plot was and see how it all interconnected, because I'm a bit flabbergasted. I have no idea what was going on there, to be honest. Which worked out really well because my character also would not have had a clue what was going on in such a situation, so it played it really well.
Okay. Dennis?
Yeah, this was definitely a lot crazier than the last one. It was a lot of fun. it would have been nice to get some idea of what was going on, but I guess with things like that, you really wouldn't understand what caused it. As far as Nick goes, he survived. He managed to save his companions. For him, that's a win. Despite the circumstances and the condition that he has going forward, he just views that as, a test from the Lord, and so he will go on.
Okay. Caius, you survived.
I survived my first Ian adventure, and Ironside is. He's always thought that these fucking foreigners were the real fucked up people in the world. But having come across this place in London, and the first thing that happens is somebody ejaculates black spew on his mate. It's kind of blown his mind as well. He's not sure what's going on, but he's rich, and so he's happy to carry on.
Anthony?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. Just crazy, weird horror like I've come to expect from this game. I love the time period so much. I think it lends itself much better to horror games than like a more medieval thing. I wish the hell that I would have been conscious for the rest of it, but it was a trip.
Excellent. Andrew?
Yeah, it was really fun. I was just happy to see us all live and get out of it with the treasure. That was pretty badass. It was really close to it as a clincher. The only question I have is, what was the deal with the clock?
Yeah.
You know what? When you once the baby with the clock. By the way, he was a twin. There was another one in another part of the house that you never encountered. Once the baby is touched, so once a guy shot him in the head, the clock goes backwards for a short time and then stops, and this animates all of the dead bodies on the property. And in order to stop it, you have to destroy the clock face. If you destroy the clock face, they would all unanimate. But instead, you guys fought every single one of them, except for one that was out in the boat in the middle of the lake. I figured she couldn't get to you.
So we ran away when we could have had free run of the rest of the property?
Yeah, everything was dead, I think. Hold on. Let me see. You killed Marina. You killed Penelope. Yeah, there was nothing left on the property.
That's perfect.
Yep.
So not only did we get the treasure, but we fucking just walked up in there and bitch slapped everything.
Well, you left a lot of treasure behind, too. There was a lot more stuff in there, but you got the big haul.
Was there anything, like any magical, esoteric knowledge kind of things?
Oh, yeah. Like in the cellar, there's scrolls with magic spells and cleric spells and stuff on them. There was also a very big magical item that was kind of the cause of all this that you left behind. Yep. Oh, no, there was still a couple of things alive in the house. You left one of the babies back there alive, and you left the older brother alive. They were
If we
still...
had touched that other baby, would all of the things we killed have reawoken?
No, I'll tell you now. Let me see here. So you'd have found the eldest son in his own room, right? Which was on the first floor, I think. Yep, first floor. In the first floor bedroom, you would have found Miles. He was the older brother, and I'll just read these descriptions because they're so fun. Miles was butchered by his grandmother after the thing appeared. She cut off his arms, legs, tongue, and genitals with her pinking shears. She pulled his teeth out with pliers, and she then sewed all of his limbs onto different stumps crooked before stitching up any of his remaining wounds. She then slit his abdomen open, severed his colon, and used the feces she squeezed out to draw a dead sign sigil on the floor beside him. In its circle, she placed his tongue and genitals. The dead sign is a trap for anyone who touches Miles. When contact is made with him, this is the 11-year-old son, mind you. When contact is made with him, the feces sigil will ignite, filling the room with a foul smoke. The boy's severed bits will activate. The tongue will fly into the mouth of the nearest person who touched him. Oh, sorry, of the person who touched him. Save versus paralyzation to avoid, in which case then the tongue returns to the circle. If they fail to save, the tongue wrestles with that person's tongue forever. Speech, eating, and spellcasting will forever be impossible. Only spells such as remove curse or dispel magic, or slicing out that person's tongue, will stop the rogue tongue once it's inside this person's mouth.
So weird. So
The
weird.
genitals will transform into a worm, which will squirm towards the nearest person and begin to burrow into his skin, even through clothing, boots, or armor. A saving throw versus paralyzation is necessary to notice this if nobody is specifically looking at the genitals. After getting inside of a character, they will burst, seeding a dozen more tongues, which will mature and exit through the skin, each doing 1 hit point of damage to the host. The tongues will then seek other victims to tongue-tie. Removing the genitals and tongue from the dead sign allows Miles to be handled safely.
See, those kind of things are part of why I love the old D&D retro clones, or just old D&D in general.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see a lot of, I mean, as far as I know, I'm not too well versed in it, but like 5e as an example, you don't see a lot of just like, oh, hey, this is happening to you. You're healing at double rate now. Or you know, you can't cast spells, so we're just taking that away from you. You know what I mean? It's like the metagame effects almost, something I want to call it.
Yeah.
Just like that weird, like, just stuff. I love that kind of stuff.
By the way, if anybody is still watching, there's going to be spoilers for the rest of this video, just because I want to read you guys the basic things to let you know what was going on. Just so you know, because it's not like you guys are going to replay this adventure. So the other brother, had you found him, he was upstairs in, what room was he in? I can't remember now. I think he was on the second floor anyway, in one of the rooms up there. I think he was in the nanny's room. Yeah, he was in the nanny's room. So Sean's twin brother, this is the other 1-year-old boy, has been added to by his grandmother. His brother's severed limbs have been sewn onto his shoulders and hips, arranged in a mockery of Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. A circle drawn in blood has been drawn around the baby to complete the image. The added legs, feet have been nailed to the floor to keep him in place, and the added arms, hands have Sean's eyeballs placed in them. Remember the boy downstairs that didn't have his eyes. The optic nerves are wrapped around his fingers. The top half of his own skull has been separated from the rest of his body, bisecting the eye sockets, and the brain lies on the floor, still attached to the spine, and the eyes are still attached to the brain. The chest has been opened up, the ribcage carefully removed and placed next to him on the floor. The major organs have been stuck with pins with labels naming each of the organs at the end of the pins. A glint of gold shines from between and under some of the organs. A total of 25 gold pieces have been placed inside of his chest cavity. Retrieving these will kill him. His natural limbs twitch and he moans in pain. He is conscious and can see. Using cure spells to heal him will merely stabilize this form. A surgeon is necessary to reset his parts together, and even that has only a 50% chance of success. The doctor would have to be brought to the house, though, because he cannot be moved without dying. Nice, huh?
Fucking crazy, man.
So, you guys want to know what was happening? What happened here?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Erasmus Sylvester Foxlow was a rather successful London merchant importing valuable items from overseas. It is a harrowing job, as investing in long-distance shipping is quite risky, and dealing with customs agents in a volatile political environment leaves one vulnerable to all sorts of accusations. But he manages, and he manages well. He does feel guilty, though, as he spends most of his time in London proper, while his family resides outside of town. To make up a bit for it, he often sets aside particularly lovely items his business procures as gifts for his young wife. This is especially important now that she's pregnant with his 5th child. But the latest trinket to catch his eye, part of a shipment from the Levant, is not what it seems. It is the necklace of the Sleepless Queen, and when he returned home and gave it to his wife, Erasmus destroyed his family. So, to tell you what that did now, the necklace itself. This appears to be nothing more than an incredibly valuable necklace of gold and jewels, starting value of 2,500 silver pieces. No means magical nor mundane will detect it as anything but that. In most circumstances, it will simply be a valuable piece of jewelry. When given to another out of love, it will activate. The thing in the jewel will emerge, along with its 2 servant drones, which you encountered earlier, and go to work. Its purpose is to destroy the giver and the receiver of the gift, and all nearby that they love. in a way that leaves them alive but in the maximum possible pain. Any who are not loved by the gift giver can simply be dispatched. Anyone attempting to destroy this necklace will cause it to increase in value in 500 silver piece increments until the vandal decides it is now too valuable to destroy. If a character makes it clear that they are going to destroy it regardless, the referee should ask them one more time, how much does this thing need to be worth in order for you not to destroy it? It will then increase to that value. If it is destroyed anyway, and characters should not receive any experience points for treasure that they destroy, the destruction will release the thing in the jewel, and it will destroy any living thing encountered. If it succeeds, it will then find refuge in the most valuable nearby object. Again, it will be undetectable, and the whole thing will start over again. If the thing has already been defeated when the necklace is destroyed, it will move into the most valuable nearby object, hibernating for 444 days before the new object takes on the properties of the necklace of the Sleepless Queen. If it is buried or locked away, it will send telepathic impressions to passing explorers, thieves, etc., inspiring them to dig it up or steal it, and so on. So, let me see here. The thing is a creature created personally by the dead king of Duvan Ku. You might recognize that name. That was the cult from Deathfrost Doom. Created personally by the dead king of Duvan Ku to destroy love in the most painful manner possible in order to bring chaos and despair to the masses. To best accomplish this, the thing took the two things that humans love most, family and wealth, and created the necklace to be the perfect bait and method of transference. It had intended to trap the dead king and his sleepless queen in this manner, but the Duvan Ku were too disciplined, feeling neither love nor greed. The necklace was transported from the dead city down the Nile to Memphis, and from there transported via the Silk Road to China, not returning to the West until the time of the Black Death. It was traded around the Near East until recently, when it was sold to a Dutch merchant and then to Erasmus Foxlow. In all this time, the necklace has only twice been given out of love, both times by brigands who had stolen the thing. The thing has plans in England. The newly crowned Charles I, it has learned from Erasmus's thoughts, is soon to wed Henrietta Maria of France. This house being so close to London, if the thing can amass a spectacular body count, the crown will become aware of the situation. And if such a valuable necklace were to be found when the king's attention is focused, why, perhaps it could find itself becoming a wedding gift for his bride. The ceremony will be conducted at St. Augustine's Abbey in Canterbury. Maria's own Catholic faith will prevent this from being an Anglican service, but local priest Timothy Burns will officiate, having caught Maria's favor by also being somewhat of an artist. Do you remember Timothy Burns? He was that Catholic priest, I think, that you guys encountered in The God That Crawls. Not the one... Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't The God That Crawls, was it? No, I'm mixing him up with somebody else, I think. Is Timothy Burns that priest? I think he is, actually. I can't remember now. I have to look up The God That Crawls. But yeah, this...
Basically, when that green mist left her and went back in the house, that was it, entering another object.
That was the thing going back into the necklace, because the necklace hasn't been destroyed.
Right, so that could still happen as far as...
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we probably might hear news of some strange happenings.
Yeah, you probably will.
Good time to leave London.
Very good time to get out of London, yes indeed.
Hey, while we're here, Ian, do you want us to roll HP for the next level?
Yeah, sure, go for it. Excuse me.
I just took the minimum again, but I don't really know.
5.
I got 4.
I've got 4.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah, it definitely was different than the previous sessions for sure. It's just a lot of visual stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was reading this and I was just like, Jesus Christ, but this guy is sick.
But yeah, no other game
There's the
that I
chandelier
played
girl.
would even cover this stuff.
Remember the poor girl that got turned into a chandelier?
So this is Grandma doing all this stuff.
Yeah, because she's the one that's possessed by the creature.
Crazy.
There's Clockwork Boy.
So bizarre.
So
Here's the older brother upstairs that you never encountered with the the tongue and the genitals and the circle.
What was the chandelier, Ian? I missed it.
Oh, you didn't see her? There she was.
Oh, that's pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
So as a group, what were we thinking we were going to do?
Here's the other baby that you didn't discover that you left upstairs suffering.
We should have left when we saw the horseman in the fucking thing. That would have been it.
But then
Yeah,
you would
right, man.
Yeah, that's enough.
We claimed ultimate glory, man. This shit never happens.
That's true.
Like, get
No
out
one
alive,
died.
that's a success. Get out alive with the swag, that's a fucking miracle.
And Lloyd's character didn't die again, but ended up, what? Where is he? In Crazy House now?
Insane asylum. Yeah.
That's the nanny, so you can see where when the whatever they're called, the creatures climb onto their hosts. They drive the stinger through the lower back, and if it's a female, the stinger just protrudes through her vagina and tries to sting you to death. Whereas if it's a male, the stinger fills the penis and it turns it into a fucking projectile weapon as you encountered. Voila.
Crazy, man. And they're like interdimensional creatures or something with their phasing.
Yeah, they are. They're like psychic creatures or something like that.
The servants of the...
Same as like the thing itself, really. It even if it takes on a physical form and you destroy the physical form, it just dissipates into energy and enters another object. And the two things are permanently attached with their servants.
That's awesome. It's awesomely weird, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty, pretty disgusting. Love it. Love this game. So on that note, I'm just going to end this broadcast anyway. I think the broadcast has gone on long enough.